This has been the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio. Next, we go live to the press box with Jim Doyle and Andy Ulicking on Pop Radio and streaming at thisispopradio.com.
Escape the ordinary this fall. Navigate the unpaved roads in a Mazda CX-50 with as low as 0.9% financing for 60 months or 1.9% for 72 months at W&L Mazda. Maneuver through the city streets in a nimble Mazda CX-30 with low financing rates or up to $1,000 customer cash. Find your Mazda at W&L off Route 11 in Northumberland, online at WNLMazda.com or at the Bloomsburg Fair.
Financing available to well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other discounts or incentives other than loyalty or military offers. Offer ends 9/3/24. See W&L Mazda for complete offer details.
When you've been sidelined by an injury, all you want is to get back in the game. Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. We use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
At Journey Bank, we believe your checking account should do more for you. That's why we offer Bazing Checking. With Bazing Checking, enjoy cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and savings both in-store and online at over 300,000 local and national retailers.
Bazing Checking not only helps me save money with deals and discounts, it also protects my cell phone and provides peace of mind when I'm on the road.
Bazing Checking. It's banking that looks out for you. Switch to Bazing Checking at Journey Bank today. Visit journeybank.com or stop by any of our 20 community office locations. Journey Bank. Let's get you there.
We're here at Ken Pollock in Berwick, and Ken is here with us. And Ken, you've been here for the last 10 years or so. Has Berwick welcomed you?
Absolutely. I think we align perfectly as a group with the Berwick community. We're community-driven. We love servicing the people down here. We have great deals every day, whatever stage in life you might be at, looking for a car for your kid, family, whatever it might be. We have a huge selection here, and whatever you have, bring it down, and we'll service it for you as well. Our people are very eager and very knowledgeable about the product that we do have, so we really want to help you out and make you a part of the Ken Pollock family.
Ready to get away? Pop Radio and Busch Light could be sending you to the Badlands. That's right, we're talking round-trip flights, a rental car, 6 days and 7 nights in the Badlands, $1,000 spending cash, and more. All thanks to Miller Travel Agency in Middleburg. Listen at 8, 11, and 3 each weekday for your keyword to text to 71231 for your chance to get qualified. Get complete contest rules at thisispopradio.com. Head to the Badlands with Busch Light and Pop Radio. Must be 21 or older. Now, we proudly present Berwick Bulldogs football on Pop Radio. Brought to you by
Overhead Door of Berwick, Berwick Notary, State Farm Insurance, Sean Black and Lori Powell, First Keystone Community Bank, the Willows Golf Course, Journey Bank, Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg, Blaze Alexander Family Buick GMC of Bloomsburg, Berwick Dental Arts, W&L Subaru, Nissan and Mazda, Reds Roofing, Preferred Portables, Nespoli Jewelers, Neighborhood Fence, Ken Pollock Ford, Mayo Funeral Home, ND Accounting and Consulting, Anna Mason's Monogram Service.
Here's Jim Doyle and Andy Ulicking.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight from Jake Sobeski Stadium in West Pittston, it's the Bulldogs against the Warriors of Wyoming area. I am Jim Doyle. I'm joined by Andy Ulicking. The producer of this broadcast is Ashlyn Walshaw. Berwick coming off their first win of the season. No problem with Hanover area last week, 48-6. But as the Bulldogs head into the second part of the season, weekend number 6 of the 10-week 2024 regular season, they face their biggest challenge to date in this one tonight. Why is it a challenge? Well, Wyoming area, a traditionally strong program. This year, no exception. Last year, they were 10-2. They have 17 starters back from that team. It's a experienced team, 16 seniors in their top 22. They have a terrific running back in Lodge Kellum, who already has 811 yards just halfway through the season. But they're not just a running team. If you should stop Lodge Kellum, they can go to the air. Anthony DeLuca, their senior quarterback, to Luke Kopechny, a sophomore wide receiver, and that has become a deadly duo. Kopechny leading District 2 in receiving yards, 262 yards, a District 2 record in a game against Crestwood, the opening game of the season. In addition to that, they have some veteran linemen, Division I recruit Chase DeSantos, 6'4", 280 pounds. Andrew Steinberger's a veteran at 6 foot, 230 pounds. This team has it all. Now, they have lost a game. They are 4-1 coming into this one. They beat Crestwood, they beat Dallas, and then they lost to a very good Western Wayne team. Since then, easy wins over Lakeland and Tunkhannock coming into this game against Berwick tonight. Bulldogs playing on natural grass for only the second time this season. The previous one was at Lackawanna Trail. Beautiful facility here at Sobeski Stadium in West Pittston. Andy Ulickney is in his 36th season of analyzing Berwick football in the air. Andy, it may be too much for the Bulldogs tonight. We'll find out. But I'm glad this is on their schedule again. I think this is going to be a great series, if not tonight, then in the future. It was in the past. These are two good programs. Berwick will know they're back when they can compete with the likes of Wyoming area.
Oh, I'll agree with that, Jim. Historic programs, great coaches within the programs, wonderful coaching matchups over the course of the years. Uphill battle for Berwick, I'd say you'd have to look at it that way, but I don't think Berwick's played their strongest game yet. And, you're getting halfway through the season, more than halfway. It's time to eliminate the mistakes, play error-free ball, and when it comes to offense versus defense, I think they're up for the challenge. We'll see what happens and how it plays out.
That win for the Bulldogs came against Hanover area last week, and it came with a lot of Bulldogs out with injuries, 5 altogether, including Caleb May, their outstanding corner, who is still out with injury, and Gavin Galusha, their leading rusher, who also is still out. The good news for the Bulldogs, back is Matt Gordner, a key two-way lineman, and Julian Howe, a terrific threat at a wide receiver position.
Yeah, it certainly helps getting healthier, and it also helps getting a little more experience at all the positions. Billy Hansen, 2 weeks ago, had never taken a snap at quarterback. Now he has 2 games under his belt, a win and a loss. I think they've been able to adapt the offense to suit his talents, his running abilities. I think he's been able to work on his passing a little bit more. We'll see how that does play out. But you're right, they still hurt with the injuries to keep people, but they've gotten some people back, and hey, you got to play with what you have. It's always next man up.
Andy will be by later with the keys to tonight's game. When we return, we'll hear from Randy Spencer, the veteran head coach of the Warriors of Wyoming area. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top-quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
Family tradition is the foundation of Nespoli Jewelers, a family tradition started by Joseph Nespoli and continued by his grandson Jonathan. For 3 generations, Nespoli Jewelers have prided themselves on mixing fine with fashion. Jonathan can customize your engagement ring and wedding bands, design a unique piece of jewelry inspired by you, or simply help you find an affordable gift. Service, quality, creativity. Nespoli Jewelers. Yesterday's principles, today's creations. East Front Street in Berwick and online at nespolijewelers.com.
Are you on the market for a new set of wheels? Once you find it, whether it's a functional grocery getter or a midlife crisis hot rod, the tag and title experts at Berwick Notary in Berwick are open 6 days a week, so you can be rest assured you'll be on the road and legal in no time. Berwick Notary can transfer a title, register an ATV or any kind of vehicle, and they're the only notary in Columbia County that registers boats. Berwick Notary's been serving the Bulldog community for over 40 years, and they proudly support the Berwick Bulldogs. Check out their Facebook page, and go Dogs!
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Escape the ordinary this fall. Navigate the unpaved roads in a Mazda CX-50 with as low as 0.9% financing for 60 months or 1.9% for 72 months at W&L Mazda. Maneuver through the city streets in a nimble Mazda CX-30 with low financing rates or up to $1,000 customer cash. Find your Mazda at W&L, off Route 11 in Northumberland, online at WNLMazda.com or at the Bloomsburg Fair.
Financing available to well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other discounts or incentives other than loyalty or military offers. Offer ends 9/3/24. See W&L Mazda for complete offer details.
Are your appliances feeling a little bit outdated? You're looking for the best deals in town? Well, look no further than Flick Brothers Electric, your go-to family-owned appliance paradise. Flick Brothers Electric has all the top-notch name-brand appliances you could ever dream of. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, microwave stoves. They even give free estimates on Fujitsu ductless air conditioner heat pump units. Flick Brothers Electric on Maple Lane, keeping Bloomsburg cool, clean, and cooking for over 65 years. Call them at 570-784-3444.
Ready to get away? Pop Radio and Bush Light could be sending you to the Badlands. That's right, we're talking round-trip flights, a rental car, 6 days and 7 nights in the Badlands, $1,000 spending cash, and more. All thanks to Miller Travel Agency in Middleburg. Listen at 8, 11, and 3 each weekday for your keyword to text to 71231 for your chance to get qualified. Get complete contest rules at thisispopradio.com. Head to the Badlands with Bush Light and Pop Radio. Must be 21 or older.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Ominous clouds overhead here in West Pittston. Hopefully we will have no rain throughout the course of tonight's game as the Bulldogs play a Wyoming area for the first time since 2017. Wyoming area has had a good first half of the regular season, playing a challenging schedule. The Warriors are 4-1. Veteran head coach Randy Spencer evaluates his team's season to date.
Well, Jim, always room for improvement. Again, we had a very highly competitive schedule through the first 3 weeks of the season in terms of teams that had high expectations and were bringing a lot back in terms of talent and experience, and we certainly found that to be true. We were fortunate enough to play well enough to win week 1 and week 2, and then played an outstanding Western Wayne team at their place in week 3, and again, they were certainly the more physical team that day, and we didn't play the cleanest game. So, but since then, we've bounced back the last 2 weeks, and I think the kids have did a great job in terms of focusing and locking in, and just in terms of execution the last 2 weeks. So we're in good position here through week 5, but certainly have a lot of work to do and always improvement to be made.
Randy, when I talked to you in the summer, you were talking about your running back, Lodge Kelman, and you said that he could be one of the top playmakers in District 2. Looking at the stats, it appears that he's living up to those expectations. Tell us about him. What makes him a good high school football player?
Well, again, he's an explosive player, and that's been, evident through his play for the first half of the season, and especially that game he had week 2, really a breakout game where I think he had well over 400 total yards, an 85-yard kickoff return, and nearly 350 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns on the day. So, he's got that level talent. Against all the camps that he attended at colleges this summer, he was highly evaluated and on their boards. So, I just think it's great to see him realize that potential. And when he plays with that level of competitive confidence, as I said, he's expressing that he is the, week in, week out, the, outstanding player, potentially in District 2. So, and also on the state level.
Well, now, next up for you is Berwick, a team coming off their first win of the season. What concerns you about them?
I just think you can already see the very positive impact that Coach C.J. Curry is having on that team. They've got a great energy, highly competitive in all of their games in the first half of the season, and you just see them growing week to week. Getting that big first win last week, you can see the energy that he has and the energy that the kids have with him. So, from that standpoint, very positive and highly competitive, and obviously young and growing into their roles, and as the season goes, making those weekly improvements. So I'm sure it's exciting for Berwick and Coach Curry and the kids and the program. So again, we're just excited to have such a tradition-rich rivalry game back that for so many years produced such great games and memories and competitive environments that, whether the game was played here at our place or at Crispin Field, just incredible games to be a part of for so long, and to be able to bring that back and have that back again, we're just very excited.
That's Randy Spencer, the head coach of the Warriors of Wyoming area, now in his 17th season. What a great job he's done. 112-71 his record. He's Wyoming area through and through, a graduate of this school back in 1988. Among his 112 career wins, a state championship back in 2019 when the Warriors beat Central Valley 21-14 in the AAA final at Hershey. They come into tonight's game with a 4-1 record. The Bulldogs against the Warriors. We'll check the starting lineups when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Bloomsburg State Farm agent, Sean Black, at insurebloomsburg.com.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
W234BH West Hazelton at 94.7. WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3. W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3. And W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains media station. WHLM Bloomsburg.
Weekend number 6 of the 10-week 2024 regular season in high school football kicks off tonight here at Jake Sobeski Stadium in West Pittston. It's the Bulldogs against the Warriors of Wyoming area. Here's the starting lineup offensively for Berwick. The tight end, number 9, Gabe Decker, very talented 9th grader, 6'3", 180 pounds. 7 receptions on the season for 75 yards. J.J. Leonard will start at left tackle. He's 6 foot, 255 at junior. The left guard will be number 70, Draven Geiger, 5'11", 275 at junior. We also might see some of Nico Lunzinski, number 77, a 6'1", 285-pound sophomore. The starting center is Gavin Jones, number 51, 5'8", 215, a senior. Matt Gordner back from injury, back in the lineup, starting at right guard. Matt wears number 62. He is 6 foot, 280, a junior. And the right tackle is a senior, number 64, Chase Shuckers, 6'2", 265 pounds. At the wide receiver positions for the Bulldogs, returning from injury, number 7, Julian Howie. He is 6'2", 185, a senior. 4 catches on the season for 39 yards. The quarterback will be Billy Hansen, now in his 3rd game as a quarterback after playing wide receiver for the remainder of his career. 6'1", 175, the senior, has done a good job running the football. 18 carries, 112 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 6.2 yards a carry. Passing, he's only thrown 9, completed 2 for 9 yards. Ty Wilkerson, we'll see him all over the place. We'll see him at running back. We'll see him at wide receiver. We'll see him at quarterback in the Wildcat. He's coming off a tremendous effort against Hanover area last week. And on the season, 12 carries, 180 yards, and 3 touchdowns, averaging 15 yards a carry. The leading rusher on the season for the Bulldogs is Gavin Galusha, but the sophomore out for the 2nd week in a row with injury. So we'll see a variety of people, including Brock Sims. Boy, the sophomore really came through with his biggest opportunity last week. He's 5'9", 165. He had 104 yards rushing in that victory over Hanover area. On the season, 17 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown. He's averaging 7 yards a carry. When the Bulldogs use a fullback, we'll see a variety of people, including number 98, George, 6'1", 220, a sophomore. Number 33, Rocco Romeo, 5'10", 215, a senior. And number 99, Everett Snyder, 5'11", 215, a junior. As the starting lineup, offensively for the Bulldogs under C.J. Curry. In his first season as head coach, they come in with a record of 1-4. As we see the Bulldogs making their way onto the field on the far side. Tonight, white jerseys, white helmets, silver pants, blue numerals, and trim. For Wyoming area, at the tight end, number 4, Kevin Weedle. He's 5'10", 185, a senior. 4 catches on the season for 99 yards and a touchdown. We'll also see number 24, John Turner, 5'10", 215, a senior. The left tackle, and he is a good one, number 57, Chase DeSanto. He is 6'4", 280 pounds, a senior. At the left guard, number 63, Paul Panic. He is 6'1", 215, a senior. Chase Kragolski is the starting center for the Warriors. He wears number 55. He is 5'11", 200 pounds, a sophomore. Andrew Steinberger is the right guard. 6 foot, 230, a senior. And the right tackle is 6'4", 270-pound junior Max Getze. The wide receiver we talked about earlier, Luke Capecci. He has been terrific. Capecci is a 6'2", 170-pound sophomore. 24 catches. He's averaging 20 yards a reception, 481 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So just when you're ganging up on this talented running game of Wyoming area, they will go deep to the sophomore, and he is very, very good. The passes will come from Anthony DeLuca in his 2nd year as the full-time starter, 6 foot, 160-pounder, completing 50.8% of his passes for 631 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. As the Warriors just now making their way on the near side of the field. Kelly green jerseys, gold helmets, white numerals, and white pants. The leading rusher on this team, one of the top playmakers in District 2, maybe in the entire state, Lodge Kellum. He's 5'10", 170 pounds, a senior. We're only halfway through the season. He already has 811 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. He's averaging 8.4 yards a game. Against Dallas on week 2 in a 49-41 win, he had 337 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns, and he returned a kickoff 85 yards for a score. The fullbacks, number 23, Michael Crane, 5'10", 210, a senior. And the flankers, number 6, Jack Gravine, 6 foot, 165, a sophomore. Those are the starters offensively for Wyoming area. It's a potent offense, averaging 42 points a game under Randy Spencer in his 17th year as head coach. While the captains meet at the center of the field, let's go to the keys to tonight's game and Andy Ulickney.
Well, for Berwick, Jim, I think it's time to get over the growing pains. You're more than halfway through the season. And to play a team of the caliber of Wyoming area, you have to play mistake-free football to have any chance. It seems every time they get themselves into an offensive rhythm, Berwick would have a penalty, an offsides, a holding, or they throw an interception. Where she had an interception that would go for a touchdown, and all of a sudden, you're out of sync. All the momentum's against you. They have to avoid that. There's just no room for mistakes. They don't have Gavin Galusha, but in the running game, Billy Hansen is a running quarterback. It's very tricky to stop a running quarterback. They hope to get something out of him. You mentioned Brock Sims coming on strong last week, and then that wild card, and Ty Wilkerson, who really showed his speed last week. They'd like to get him on track. Now, as for the Berwick D, they're going to be challenged. No question about that. This is a very good team that averages 42 points a game against a very strong schedule that includes Crestwood and Dallas and Western Wayne. And they're good. They have a big line. They go 239 pounds a man. That's huge. And they're especially huge at tackle, 270 and 280 pounds. You mentioned that 280-pounder in Chase DeSantos, Jim. He's a Division I recruit. A lot of people are looking at him. And when you take that line and you give it to a running back, no one better than Lodge Kellum. Averaging 162 yards a game, averaging 8.4 yards a carry. He's tough. And if you put the 8 in the box like Berwick expects to do, go into a 5-3 defense, you got to keep your eye on that great wideout, Luke Kopechny. You've mentioned he's 6'2". He's currently leading all District 2 in reception yards with 481 yards, 96 yards per game receiving, 20 yards a catch. No, those are incredible numbers. Now, Berwick's going to try a 5-3 scheme to try to stop that, put the 8 in the box, slow down the running game. They're going to put the challenge to their corners to cover those challenging wide receivers.
Wyoming area won the toss, deferred to the second half. They'll kick it off. Julian Howie and Ty Wilkerson deep. Gavin Feeney will kick it off for Wyoming area. Bulldogs move from our left to our right in the first half of this game that is underway. Kick will go by Wilkerson, headed toward the end zone, and just goes into the end zone. Actually hit the pylon. Ty took a big risk there. It was a tricky one to catch, but Berwick will have it at their own 20-yard line.
He decided it was going to be hard to catch, so let it bounce and hope it makes the end zone. It looked like it had the momentum. But boy, in the last 3-4 yards, it's end over end, football length after football length, and just getting in there enough for the touchback.
Bulldogs with the football at their own 20. Wyoming area across the front. Josh Maruck, Nathaniel O'Brien, Tyler Reynolds, Andrew Steinberger, and Kevin Weedle. Linebackers Matt Rakowski and Michael Crane will check the secondary after this first play. Billy Hansen operates out of the gun.
Ty Wilkerson aside of him.
And Hansen fakes to Wilkerson, keeps the ball himself, has some running room, breaks the tackle, and gets the first down out over the 30-yard line. Gage Speece and Damian Lefkoski are the corners for the Warriors. Jacob Morgan and Tristan Johnson are the safeties.
Nice fake to Ty Wilkerson, crossing from left to right in front of Hansen. He then takes it wide left. And out on the corner, Gabe Decker gave him a wonderful block to string him for about 12 yards.
They mark it at the 33. So Billy Hansen, the good carry to start this game for Berwick. He's under center now. Wilkerson deep in the backfield is the lone running back. Toss sweep to Ty Wilkerson. Tries the right side. It's strung out. He'll lose yardage. Back to the 30-yard line.
Josh Maruck playing a tough defensive end, Jim. He suffered injuries. Normally we'd see him as a two-way player, a bit of a star at tight end. but limited to defensive action here. He maintains his outside control, gets his left arm free where he's trying to sweep around him, grabs Wilkerson by the jersey and spins him to the ground for about a 3-yard loss.
Second down and 13. Bulldogs at their 30. Josh Maruk is a junior, 6'2", 225 pounds. Alex Estrella wide to the right. 2 blocking backs to the right. Hansen out of the gun. In motion is George. The give is to Ty Wilkerson, trying to get outside right. There's not much there. He spins for what he can. We'll see where they mark it.
Yeah, the corner came up real well. Gage Speece is playing left cornerback. He read the sweeping action, coming back the same way it had on the last play. Well, they'll get a few more yards back to the line of scrimmage. It'll gain 3 for Wilkerson. That's a good play by the corner, limiting the yardage.
Third down and 10. Remember, this is a Berwick team that doesn't want to throw the football very much. In fact, they didn't complete a pass in that game against Hanover area last week.
Only tried 3 passes.
Third and 10. Hansen out of the gun. Wilkerson to his left. Hansen rolls left, fires out of the backfield, has Wilkerson. Wilkerson turns the corner, and he has the first down. Billy Hansen on a roll left found Ty Wilkerson out of the backfield, and the Bulldogs convert on a 3rd and 10.
Real nice. He got it in the shotgun, dropped back, and then rolled a step to his left, and then another step or 2 to the left. Got it over the hands of the defensive end to Wilkerson, who's out in the flat about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. Wilkerson turns it up the Berwick sideline and earns the chains.
Injured player on the field for Wyoming area. He's sitting right in front of the Berwick bench as the trainers go across to treat him. So a 13-yard pickup. Billy Hansen to Ty Wilkerson. And Berwick, following this injury timeout, will have a first down at their own 46-yard line.
Bringing that player off now. They were treating him, stretching his leg out, Jim. Damian Lefkowski on the right side, helping make the tackle. Is going to shake off the injury.
Andy, Berwick doesn't need a lot of throwing from Billy Hansen in that quarterback spot, but that last play is just the perfect pass for him.
Right, and he's going to gain the attention out of the linebacker area, come up fearing that he may run, and if he can pop it out with that threat of the run, he'll find people in the flat.
1st and 10, Berwick. Bulldogs at their own 46-yard line. Hansen now under center. Gives to Wilkerson off the right side. Lowers the shoulder and a pretty good burst. He'll get over midfield, close to the 48-yard line of Wyoming area.
Bit of a different look with Ty Wilkerson being the setback in there with Billy Hansen. We know they've looked at it in the past, but they seem a bit more committed to it here. A little push from the back of the pile, and he's going to stretch that for a good 5 yards.
Second down call coming. Berwick in Wyoming area territory. Hansen under center. Gives to Wilkerson again. Tries the left side, and he'll come up a couple of yards short of the first down. He gets to the Wyoming area 46.
But tough running going off the left side. He's able to bob and weave a little bit and get 3-4 yards out of it. It'll be 3rd and a long 1, a short 2. Oh, we have a player down for Berwick, Jim.
The ball will be at the Wyoming area 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2 following this injury timeout.
I believe it's center Gavin Jones who got caught up in the mix, Jim. A guy that you really don't want to have to replace. It's hard enough, he's a key lineman. He's a key blocker for all your plays, left or right. But he's also involved with that center snap, whether it be directly to the quarterback or whether it be with the shotgun. And you hate to mess with that exchange, especially on the high school level.
When Gavin was injured a couple of weeks back in the first quarter at Lackawanna Trail, he did not return to the game. Nico Lonsinski took his place at center. We'll see if that is the substitution. But Gavin is up on his feet and walking to the sideline.
Yeah, walking with a little bit of a limp, like he pulled his back a little bit. I think we'll see him back by the next series. This is a key play right here, and you'd like to take it up inside the tackles if you could. Good 2 yards.
first down. He's very close. I think he's going to come up a little bit short.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a yard short where they kept trying to push the scrum, push it each way. Berwick will have a fourth down decision to make, Jim. They've crossed.
No, it is a first down.
Oh, very generous spot. I didn't think he was anywhere near it. He had to cross.
But he's strong,
very strong. And when you get that speed going, you get the momentum along with the size, and that creates the power in the runner.
I believe it is Nico Wodzinski put the...
Yeah.
Area recovers the football.
Turn it inside because of the penetration coming through those three blockers. Dodged one, got about a yard or two from his -3 yards depth, and then a crushing hit knocks the ball loose.
Yeah, there was nothing going on there. Billy needed to just cut his losses.
Yeah.
Tried to make something out of it, and the result is a turnover. And Wyoming area, their first snap from midfield. DeLuca is back to throw, and he's looking long. There's a man. Watch Kellum incomplete. Down around the 15-yard line. Ball thrown pretty well. Very good coverage by Shiloh Escobar. Shiloh, one of the 3 linebackers for Berwick, along with Rocco Romeo and Everett Snyder. Up front, Gabe Decker, J.J. Leonard, Chase Shuckers, Nico Wodzinski, and Skylar Neville. The corners, Ty Wilkerson and Braden Schaefer. Alex Estrella is the safety. Second down and 10. Warriors from the 50, now in the I formation. Kellum gets the call off the right side. He's stuck, runs hard, but Berwick gets a lot of hats on him. In fact, 3 different Bulldogs, Shuckers, Decker, and Wodzinski, all in on the play. They'll mark at the Berwick 47, 3 yards for Kellum. Third down and 7 Warriors.
Shuckers was able to square up after 2 yards of the gain, but then people hit him from behind, and, the scrum's going both ways until 3 Berwick Bulldogs keep him there at 2 yards.
Here's the third down call. Kopechny, the dangerous wide receiver, is wide to the left. Gravine wide right. I formation. Berwick showing blitz. Back to throw, DeLuca. DeLuca's going to keep it himself. He gets to the 44, does not get the first down yardage. Gabe Decker with a short tackle.
Yeah, Shuckers again also tripping him up, and then Gabe Decker stopping him dead so he could not get the chains. Now Wyoming area is the team that's crossed the 50. And what will they do here on 4th and about 4? Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, when you have as prolific an offense as they do, you probably do go for these. 4th and 4 at the Berwick 44. Gravine and Kellum backs in an open set. Now they shift, and
timeout.
Timeout called by the Warriors. 6:13 to go in the scoreless first quarter. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Ready to get away? Pop Radio and Bush Light could be sending you to the Badlands. That's right. We're talking round-trip flights, a rental car, 6 days and 7 nights in the Badlands, $1,000 spending cash, and more. All thanks to Miller Travel Agency in Middleburg. Listen at 8, 11, and 3 each weekday for your keyword to text to 71231 for your chance to get qualified. Get complete contest rules at thisispopradio.com. Head to the Badlands with Bush Light and Pop Radio. Must be 21 or older.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Wyoming area talked it over during the timeout, decided not to go for it on a 4th and 4 from the Berwick 44. So they brought on the punt team. John Turner is the punter. He's standing back at his own 43-yard line. Jacob Morgan does the long snapping. Good snap. Kick is away. Low line drive kick. Bounces about the Berwick 20. Takes a great roll where Wyoming area is concerned. Will go all the way down near the 1-yard line.
No way to catch it in the air for the punt return man. It was kicked off to his right. He had to let it bounce. But the momentum plus a player down there, it was number 3, Jacob Morgan, following the football. Well, that's bounce and bounce and bounce until it kind of died right there on the 1-yard line. He would have prevented it from going in the goal. So I think the decision to punt that away rather than go on 4th and about 4 was a wise one by Coach Randy Spencer.
So Berwick gets it for the second time with 6:02 to go in this scoreless first quarter. What a tough place on the field to be. The Bulldogs at their own 1-yard line. Nico Linsinski remains as the center for the Bulldogs with Gavin Jones out with the early injury. Gabe Decker is a tight end on the right side.
It's so close, sometimes you think you have to snake this or just run it between the tackles with very tight splits in the line.
Hansen under center, and Berwick jumps across.
Yeah, they wanted to use the hard count, maybe get 5 yards, but Matt Gordner forgot about the later count. They'll move it from the 1 to the half, not a whole lot. And boy, that could be the difference of the safety, though, if this team gets penetration.
Ty Wilkerson, who's been doing a lot of ball carrying, was lined up wide to the right. Now he joins the huddle, comes back out as a wide receiver to the right. Hansen under center. First down call. Carry off the left side, and a gain out to about the 5-yard line. So a little bit of running room. Everett Snyder on the carry, and it will be second down coming up.
And gained just about a yard. I thought he had a little bit more than that, Jim. Well, on the half yard that they lost on the penalty, so a yard and a half.
Oh, thought it was closer to the 5, but it's at the 4. So 3 yards on the carry. Again, they go to a power back. Everett Snyder, good second effort. He gets over the 5 to about the 6. So now a big third down call just to get out of this tough spot.
Yeah, but it's a dangerous situation. If you set Billy Hansen back there to pass, you'd like to keep him on the move, and they have people that really come after you. If he does get caught, he could be caught in the end zone if he drops deep enough. So it's a tough play call to make. Maybe a quick dump to Gabe Decker, the tight end, but they need a good 7 yards.
Third down call coming. Ty Wilkerson wide to the right side. Hansen with I formation behind him. Keeps the football off the right, and he is wrapped up right about the 5-yard line. He'll actually lose the yard of the play. And now Bulldogs will be punting, and their regular punter has left the team. So Shiloh Escobar will be called upon for his first punt. And how about the situation for your first punt?
Yeah, the pressure's really on when they're finally coming at you live.
And it's just as much on the long snapper, Aiden George. So everything has to go right for Berwick. They're likely to give up great field position, but they don't want a disaster here. Escobar, as deep as he can be. Snap is a good one. Shiloh gets the kick away. Not bad. It'll hit about the 37 and will roll dead close to the 40-yard line. So that's where Wyoming area will get it for the second time in this opening quarter. 3:46 remaining in the period and no score.
Kevin Weedle was watching it bounce, and I always feel people are too close and never need to watch it bounce. There's no good reason to be there when you have that color jersey. If I'm a defender coming down, I take him and throw him into the football.
The ball right at the Berwick 40-yard line. So that's where Wyoming area will put it in play. Michael Crane is the fullback. Ahead of Lodge Kellum in the eye. Berwick really bunched up along that line. Then they back off a bit. As Kellum gets the call off the left side, Gabe Decker wraps him up. Not before he picks up about 5 to the 35.
Yeah, he's going to get his 5 yards, but not on Decker. Decker has outside contain. He has to keep himself wide and then come down if it goes inside of him. But Wyoming area collapsed down on the defensive tackle and linebacker area. Gabe Decker has to slide down, but give a little bit of an angle and give up the 5 yards.
2nd and 5, Warriors at the Bulldog 35-yard line. Again, the I formation. Kellum is the tailback. He gets the call off the left side, has some running room this time, breaks a tackle, and another 15, 10, 5, and in for a Wyoming area touchdown. Well, that's how good he is. He's got speed, but he has power as well. We saw both on a 35-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, beautiful run, Jim. 43 yards now on the game for Lodge Kellum. Same type of play. Decker has to stay wide, and this time he couldn't get in close enough as they ran a tighter to the tackles. Got in there, a linebacker out a shot at him. But boy, you got to really hold on to this guy as he has power as well as the speed after he breaks away.
Here's the extra point attempt by Nick Champy. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 3:02 to go, opening quarter. Wyoming area 7, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
At Journey Bank, we believe your checking account should do more for you. That's why we offer Bazing Checking. With Bazing Checking, enjoy cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and savings both in-store and online at over 300,000 local and national retailers.
Bazing Checking not only helps me save money with deals and discounts, it also protects my cell phone and provides peace of mind when I'm on the road.
Bazing Checking. It's banking that looks out for you. Switch to Bazing Checking at Journey Bank today. Visit journeybank.com or stop by any of our 20 community office locations. Journey Bank. Let's get you there.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Wyoming area's John Turner didn't score the touchdown. He didn't kick the extra point. But he's responsible as much as anybody because it was his punt that put Berwick at their own 1-yard line. They weren't able to get out of there. Punt put it at their 40, and then Kellum did the rest.
They did, despite Berwick playing a 5-3 defense where outside linebackers are sitting at the point of attack. They need to get a little more aggressive.
Here's the kickoff by Gavin Feeney. It hits about the 20. Julian Howie tries to make a play, then picks it up and gets out to about the 30-yard line. So Howie had some trouble fielding it.
I think you need to come up and try to catch it in the air, but he was caught between, Jim. If he comes up, is he going to short hop it? If he waits for the bounce, will it bounce properly? It becomes tricky. It bounces. It comes up. It hits him off the helmet. It bounces off his head. He has to spin around to catch it. After gaining possession, it wasn't a bad return to make up for the indecision.
The ball at the 28-yard line. Berwick's third possession of this opening quarter. Picked up a couple of first downs and got it into Wyoming area territory in their first one. Second one handicapped by the field position back at their own 1-yard line.
Nico Lonzinski still snapping for Berwick.
Billy Hansen under center and I formation behind him. The give is to the tailback. Ty Wilkerson tries to break free. Can't get much. Just a couple of yards to the 30-yard line.
Yeah. Andrew Steinberger getting in low, tripping him up just at the line of scrimmage. Tried to high step that, almost did. And he could have had some speed off the corner if he got away from that last shoestring attempt.
Steinberger, veteran, 6 foot, 230 pounds, senior, 16 starting seniors on this team. And that's from a team that a year ago went 10-2. Second down call coming. Hansen under center. Wilkerson deep in the backfield. He gets the call, tries the middle, and will get one, maybe two, up to the 32.
Just not a whole lot of room to run in there. Tyler Reynolds is playing at the nose guard, and when you look out there, it's like, wow, he's massive. Listed at 5'8", 280 pounds. Very big lineman. Make it tough to run it inside, but they'll force it ahead for a few.
3 yards for Wilkerson. Third down and 5. Berwick near their own 33-yard line.
They found it hard getting on the periphery as they play it tough on the outside with guys like Maruk at defensive end. Boy, there's a lot of size on the inside, too, if you try to do it between the tackles.
Aiden George is the fullback ahead of Wilkerson. Play action. Hansen throws throws incomplete. Intended for Gabe Decker, thrown pretty well, but a perfect hit by Jacob Morgan, a senior safety.
Hit him right as Gabe Decker went up into his jump, touched the football, and then the collision to jar that ball loose. It'll force a Berwick punt.
Not a bad throw there by Billy Hansen.
Not bad, and he's comfortable enough in the pocket. He's a little bouncy on his feet, but I like that in him, where he can go laterally and find the passing lane.
Shiloh Escobar will punt. He's standing back at the Berwick 19. Aiden George, snap a little bit high. Escobar fields, gets the kick away. Nice kick to the far side. Berwick with good coverage will go dead about the 30. Nicely done by Shiloh Escobar in his first game as a punter.
Yeah, man's back there near the hash. He kicks it to the left of him. No way it can be fielded in the air. Berwick has good coverage down there, so he can't think of picking up on a bounce. Gets a good bounce before it rolls out of bounds, so no return and a good lengthy punt.
1:19 to go in the first quarter. Wyoming area gets it at their own 30-yard line. Warriors lead the Bulldogs 7-0.
Berwick has to find a way of stopping the run, Jim. They're vulnerable in the C gap, and despite being in a 5-3 look with outside linebackers sitting there, Wyoming area is blocking those people and getting inside the defensive ends.
Kopechny is wide to the left. DeLuca under center, then backs away, looks to the sideline, back under center. I formation behind him. Gives the ball to Kellum, and Kellum is gang tackled right about the line of scrimmage. Boy, the Bulldogs got a lot of white jerseys to him that time. Chase Shuckers among.
And Rocco Romeo and others joining in once they stopped them, Jim. They're going to have a tough inside the tackles as Berwick is playing it very aggressively in there. They've been most successful out in the C gap, where they can widen the defensive end and then block down on everyone else. But Berwick has to be sensing that, probably trying to stop that play.
2nd and 9, Wyoming area at their 31. Anthony DeLuca, veteran quarterback under center. Back to throw, looking long. He's headed for his sophomore, but he gets turned around. The pass behind him. Good coverage downfield by Braden Schaefer, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he stayed with them, Jim. You're not going to let those dangerous wide receivers go uncovered. You know that you have to lock on. You know the reputation. You've seen him on film. The scouting report's been out. Schaefer's job is not to tackle people at the line of scrimmage, to prevent the deep pass, and he stayed with that man posting, and the quarterback pretty much had to overthrow it.
How about Kopechny in the season opener as a sophomore, 262 receiving yards.
Not a bad game for a high school player.
That's a season for a lot of high school players. Here's the third down call. Kellum gets the call. Rocco Romeo is right there. It gets just a yard to the 32-yard line. Romeo, a 5'10", 215-pound senior, number 1 on the team in tackles. 4th down and 8 for Wyoming area. That's a good defensive series by Berwick.
Yeah, Billy Hansen came up hard. Also, Gabe Decker, I'm not sure where they moved him. He wasn't a defensive end, but he was tighter inside. So only a yard. Should be a punt on 4th and about 9 with this field position.
As the first quarter comes to an end with the score, Wyoming area 7, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number 1 when you have to go number 2.
This is Mike from M&M Carpet One in Bloomsburg. Is this the first time you've shopped with us? Let me explain why you should shop at a Carpet One store. We have over 1,300 store buying power. Carpet One stores sell more floor covering than the 2 big box stores do combined. That means not only do you get the best price, but you get to work with flooring professionals throughout the entire process, from estimates to installation. No one will give you more for your flooring dollar than M&M Carpet One in Bloomsburg.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
We start the second quarter. Wyoming area leading Berwick 7-0. Bulldogs going to get the football. 4th and 8 for the Warriors at their own 32-yard line as they move from our left to our right. John Turner led a 43-yard punt on his first attempt. Shanks this one off the side of his foot. Berwick's going to get good field position for this possession.
Yes, they will. Punt might have gone 25 yards past the line of scrimmage. No way anyone like Tyler Wilkerson, who's back deep, can get anywhere near it, but doesn't need to as it goes out of bounds very quickly.
That's 15 yards on that punt if they mark it at the 47 of Wyoming area, which I think is where they're going to put it. So see if the Bulldogs can cash in on the short punt early here in the second. Wyoming area leading by a score of 7-0. The difference in the game, a 35-yard touchdown run by Lodge Kellum.
1 of 2 passing for Billy Hansen, a 13-yarder, Ty Wilkerson in the flat. Wilkerson running the ball has 18 yards on 7 carries. Billy Hansen, 3 carries for 9.
Wilkerson is the tailback in the eye. Aiden George, the fullback ahead of him. Hansen under center. First down call from the 47. It's Wilkerson trying to get outside right, and he does. Inside the 40, down there the 35-yard line. Some blocking off the right side for Ty Wilkerson.
That plus hard running and high stepping, Jim. He's stepping out of potential tackles. I thought he was going to get that speed going, but another man came in quickly. Eventually, Kevin Weedle pulls him down in the secondary.
12 yards on the carry by Wilkerson. 1st and 10 Berwick at the Wyoming area, 35-yard line.
8 carries now for 30 yards for Ty Wilkerson, and he looks dangerous.
Again, the I formation. Hansen gives to Wilkerson, tries the left side, nothing there, tries to bounce it outside, and he'll pay the price. He'll lose yardage back near the 40.
Yeah, there was stuff up at the line of scrimmage. He bounced with his own people 2 yards deep, tried to back and take it wide, but Matthew Rakuski, the linebacker, had penetration. He's going to drop in for a significant loss. Looks like about 6.
Second down, 15, Bulldogs at the 40. Early here in the second quarter. Berwick trailing by a score of 7-0. Wyoming area team 4-1 coming in. Their only loss to a very good Western Wayne team. Alex Estrella is wide to the right side. Banana bunch receivers to the left. Hansen under center. Second down call. Coming around. End around to Ty Wilkerson. Gets by one man, but gets back only to the 35-yard line. The original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, but boy, he looks dangerous, Jim. He's a weapon. You know they're going to try to put it in his hands. Whether he's running inside between the tackles, running the C-gap, or running to the perimeter. That time, with that sort of jet sweep action, he took the pitch, went around the right side, had nice action until they finally caught up with him a little bit past the linebacker area.
You can't quantify what last week's game did for the confidence of Ty Wilkerson.
No, he's running like a man on a mission, Jim. He's running with confidence, not afraid of the collisions.
3rd down and 10. Berwick at the Wyoming area 35-yard line. Wilkerson in a slot to the right, comes in motion, toss sweep to him, and they stop play. Stop play, whistle.
He came in motion, and they pitched it directly behind the quarterback. Hit him in the hands about waist high, and it went right to the ground, which is what brought the excitement out of your voice. But you can see by the fact that everyone stopped playing, maybe it's why he didn't bother holding the ball.
So it's back to the 40 after the penalty, and it'll be 3rd down and 15 for the Bulldogs.
It's a question of how aggressively you go. You are well across the 50. 15-yard passing play from a quarterback who normally doesn't do any passing. Let's see.
Yeah, if you get 7 or 8 yards, then you think about going for the 4th down. Hansen. And we have a timeout, I believe, by Berwick. It is a Bulldog timeout. 9:33 to go first half. 7-0 Wyoming area. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Free checking for you and your business. No strings attached. Sounds perfect, right? First Keystone Community Bank offers free personal and business checking options with free Visa debit card, no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and no monthly qualifying requirements. Checking with no gimmicks, just what you need. They'll be celebrating 160 years of serving their communities with 19 full-service locations and convenient digital banking tools 24/7. First Keystone Community Bank. Local banking for the community we all call home. Online at fkc.bank. Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle and Andy Lickney from Sobeski Stadium in West Pittston. First meeting between Berwick and Wyoming area since 2017. We have 9:33 to go in the first half, and Wyoming area leads it 7-0. Berwick, following their timeout, has the ball at the Warrior 40-yard line, but facing 3rd down and 15.
Ball's on the right hash. Two blocking backs and two big fullbacks that Berwick has. So look for them to protect the quarterback on a passing play.
Offset eye behind Billy Hansen. He rolls left, wants to throw, nothing there. He's going to be sacked back at the 46-yard line.
Andrew Steinberger coming hard as he's rolling away on a bit of a bootleg action. Steinberger had penetration and is chasing. Hansen, of course, is running with deliberation, looking to the weak side of the field where only one receiver was. Coverage was there. He chose not to force it downfield and suffers the sack.
So Berwick had a good opportunity. First down at the Wyoming area 35. But they'll be punting it away here. Shiloh Escobar.
Done a nice job so far, Jim, in his first duties as a punter. Don't want to jinx him.
Hayden George will do the long snapping. Escobar gets the kick away. High, headed toward the sideline and headed out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. Well, Wyoming area will get it with 8:36 remaining in this opening half, and they lead Berwick by a score of 7-0.
Goes out of bounds, but it does move the field position significantly and no return. Tristan Johnson back there is trying to get a return, but there's no way he can get to where that ball is as it's toward the sideline and field it safely. So he has to watch it eventually bounce out of bounds. So again, no return on the Shiloh Escobar punt.
Kopechny wide to the right and wide to the left. Jack Ravid. DeLuca under center. Pitches the ball to Kellum. Trying to sweep that left side. Estrella tries to bring him down. Can't do it. He's down that sideline for a big gain.
He has power as well as speed, Jim. He's sweeping, and before you know it, he's outside of Gabe Decker, who that time could not make it contain. The corner has to come up, and it looked like Estrella was going to be there to keep it to about a 3 or 4 yard gain. But no, this running back, Lodge Kellum, drops the shoulder, shivvies that runner away, and stretches it for a nice gain.
17 yards on the carry by Kellum. 1st and 10 Warriors at their own 40. They move from our left to our right here in the second quarter, leading 7-0. Offset eye. Crane is the fullback. Toss sweep right side to Kellum. Lost his balance momentarily, then is bulldogged down after a short gain on the play as Everett Snyder makes a good stop for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I thought there was good contain by Skylar Neville. They eventually got a blocker on him, but he would not let it be turned into the C-gap inside of him, and he slowed down anything happening wide of him until pursuit came.
2nd down and 8. Just a 2-yard gain for Kellum. But he is always a threat to go the distance as he did in the opening quarter from 35 yards out. The difference in the game so far. DeLuca gets the ball to Johnson, and he can't handle it, and Berwick's on the football, is making the recovery for the Bulldogs is J.J. Leonard. So Thurston Johnson got his first chance at a carry. He could not secure the handoff, and Leonard with the recovery, and Berwick in business at the Wyoming area 47-yard line.
A little surprised the team hasn't done as much from shotgun where they've been handing the ball off. Yet they chose to go that direction, plus chose to give it to Thurston Johnson, the fullback who hasn't had a carry yet in this game. It was not a clean exchange. It was almost tossed into his belly, bounced off his numbers into the linebacker area. J.J. Leonard, seeing the ball, turns from his pursuit of the ball carrier and recovers the fumble.
7:37 remaining first half. Berwick trailing 7-0. Bulldogs 1st and 10 at the Wyoming area 47-yard line. 4 receivers to the right. Hansen fires a quick out, a dangerous pass. It goes incomplete.
He caught it.
Or did he?
Yeah, it was incomplete and out of the receiver's hand, the defender's hands, and eventually caught by Ty Wilkerson. But they knocked him for about a 7-yard loss. So call it a completed pass to Ty Wilkerson for -7.
Yeah, it's one of those, your instincts are to catch the football. Better off if you don't.
It looked like a pick six, though, from the get-go.
Boy,
With the corner.
It did.
Saw it, read it very quickly, saw Ty Wilkerson step back. No, he's been the target of most of Berwick's plays in this game. Ran up, stepped in front, and it would have been clear sailing, but he couldn't hold on. Wilkerson did.
2nd and 16 for Berwick. Now Wilkerson out of the Wildcat. It's the snap, gets over midfield, breaks the tackle down the far sideline, 35-30. 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone for Berwick. Touchdown. Out of the Wildcat, Ty Wilkerson goes 53 yards.
Wow. Give him 84 on the game with that touchdown burst, Jim. They put 3 men out as wingbacks to the left for extra blocking. The fullback, H-back type size people. Wilkerson, the only man left in the backfield, is the Wildcat. Takes the snap from shotgun, follows the blocking, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and then outruns everyone into the end zone.
And check the number of the Berwick kicker. Caleb Yost is their usual man. He was ill earlier. He is not in there, and the result is a missed extra point by Berwick with a chance to tie it. Logan Robinson's kick is no good. 6:37 remaining in the opening half. Wyoming area 7. Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
J.J. Leonard with the fumble recovery for Berwick near midfield. A couple of plays later, Ty Wilkerson out of the Wildcat. Sweeps the left side, goes the distance. Berwick misses the extra point. They pulled to within 1. Wyoming area 7 and Berwick 6.
Odd change of events, Jim. Decisions and then plays by inches. Trustin Johnson, who hadn't had a carry, decided to go with a change up from Logan Kellum, and a very poor exchange between the quarterback and the running back as the ball bounced off his chest, and J.J. Leonard recovers. Then a sideways pass that looked like it was going to be a pick six turned the other way. It ends up that Ty Wilkerson catches it but loses 7. They then put him in the Wildcat, and he follows, sort of trips wingbacks off his left side, breaks a tackle, and then uses his speed for the score.
Logan Robinson will kick off for Berwick. And his kick is a high kick to the right side, fielded by one of the up men. Berwick with pretty good coverage. The return will be to the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. That's where Wyoming area will put it in play as Berwick, with the heroics of Wilkerson, pulled to within 1.
Yes, they do. And that was a nice tackle on the kick coverage, Jim, but the man immediately went to the sideline, got behind other players, and I can't give him credit. May have been Everett Snyder. I saw 9 on the jersey. But it's nice they try to pin him into the sideline and make a nice tackle there.
Jack Ravine wide to the right. I formation. Anthony DeLuca, the quarterback under center. Berwick showing blitz. Toss sweep right side to Kellum. Kellum over the 40 out to about the 42-yard line. And first down carry for Lodge Kellum.
Brock Sims in there playing some defense, comes up and makes a tackle from a linebacker spot, but not until they get 5 yards. Jim, it's a pitch, and they're trying to do a kick-out block on the defensive end. If he stays too tight, they run wide on him. If they get the kick out, they'll run inside by the tackle, and he's running with force. He'll get 5 yards.
Michael Crane is the fullback ahead of Kellum, who gets the call again with a head of speed off the left side. He's got room. Inside the Berwick 45, down to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, about 15 yards on that one, Jim. He'll have his 100 yards by halftime. Again, pitching to him. He wants to target the C gap. He's going to read how it's blocked. Can they kick out the defensive end? If so, turn it up inside that C gap with speed and with power.
15 yards for Lodge Kellum. 1st and 10. Wyoming area at the Berwick 43-yard line. Wide receiver to either side. Anthony DeLuca under center. Gives the ball to Kellum again. Kellum up the middle inside the Berwick 40, down to about the Bulldog 38-yard line.
Moved it tighter instead of the C gap between the A and the B gap off the left side, so varying it, but not varying the I formation. Pitch to the running back. Let him find where that seam's going to open. This time a little tighter to the inside.
Under 5 minutes now to go in this first half. Wyoming area trying to add to their 1-point lead. They have it at the Berwick 38-yard line, 2nd down and 5.
They seem committed to basic strap it on, helmet-to-helmet football, Jim. Pitch it to Kellum. Run a zone type of blocking scheme. Let him find where that hole's going to open.
An official's timeout for some reason. It'll give us a chance to give you the officiating crew. Greg Sumjak is the referee. Mike Hartzell the umpire. The head linesman, Jerry Stanovsky. Travis Evans is the line judge. Henry Chinonik is the field judge, and Dave Baker is the side judge.
Anthony DeLuca had a bit of an equipment problem. It was an earpiece, or if it happened to be a mouthpiece incident. Came to the sideline, got it adjusted. He's ready to go now.
2nd and 5 from the Berwick 38. Berwick showing a run blitz. They've got him behind the line of scrimmage, and he breaks free off the left side down to the 33-yard line.
He's tough.
Berwick had the right call, got a man right in the face of Lodge Kellum, and he broke away and is very close to a first down.
Yeah, Gabe Decker was the man. I think they're stepping him off to an outside linebacker, but they blitzed him that time through the B gap. He got in. He was able to get a hold of Kellum, but Kellum's running to the outside of him. He shrugs himself away from that potential tackle and brings it all the way to the chain.
5 yards on the carry. 3rd down and less than a yard at the Berwick 33. Kellum gets the call off the left side, breaks into the secondary, and Rocco Romeo hangs on for dear life at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, Berwick's trying everything they can. Blitzing linebackers, trying to play people tough. But this offensive line, we mentioned, they go 239 pounds a man. The tackles at 270 and 280. They're just blowing people out as they explode out of their stances, picking up the blitzes, and Lodge Kellum just running with confidence behind them.
1st and 10 Warriors at the Bulldog 21. Kopechny, that dangerous wide receiver, is wide to the right. But they've been giving the Bulldogs a heavy dose of Lodge Kellum, and he gets it again, and he's got some room. Gets down to about the 15-yard line on a 1st down carry.
He's just getting too much in that C-gap, Jim. They have great blocking on the kick-out. Ties up the defensive end, who still has to worry about outside contain, but he's giving up too much in the C-gap. You have that proverbial hole the truck could run through. And boy, Lodge Kellum, better than a truck, running with power and attacking.
Adds 7 more to his impressive first half totals. The ball at the 14-yard line, 2nd down and 3. I formation. Kellum at the tail of the tandem gets the call off the right side, and he extends the body inside the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. Chase Shuckers makes the stop.
Shiloh Escobar coming up to help as well. But again, this line exploding off the ball on the cadence snap, pushing people back. And then this very strong runner in Lodge Kellum just moving things.
6 yards on that carry. 1st and goal. As we come down to the 2-minute mark in the first half. I formation. Kellum again. Rocco Romeo across the line of scrimmage in a hurry. and he'll lose a yard or two on the play.
Billy Hansen also wrapping him up and twisting him and throwing him back. Berwick anticipated them attacking the C-gap that time. They had Rocco Romeo and Billy Hansen shooting on through there, and the defensive end would not allow things wide. Wonderful defensive play there as they're getting into the red zone.
2nd and goal, a loss of a yard back at the 9-yard line. 1:27 remaining in the half. Kellum again, the tailback in the eye. Double tight end alignment. Kopechny is the wide receiver. Kellum off the right side. Gets a push. Keeps on his feet. He gets inside the 5-yard line. Down around the 3, maybe the 2.
He's a tough runner. He's slowed down at the line of scrimmage. He keeps the feet chugging. Pushes the 2 people. Splits the 2 people. And he eventually gets another yard or 2 out of that.
8 yards on that carry. Down to the 1-yard line. DeLuca from the 1. Kellum gets it off the right side and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Lodge Kellum, he was the workhorse, deserved the touchdown. 46.7 seconds to go in the half. Wyoming area with a good drive adds to their lead.
Game plan here in this drive was just commit to the run. Put it on the offensive lineman to move people out of the way. Put it to Lodge Kellum to run with energy, and he did. 124 yards by my count here in the first half of this game.
Champy will attempt the extra point. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 46.7 seconds remaining in the first half. Wyoming area 14, Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Visit your Bloomsburg State Farm agent, Sean Black, at insurebloomsburg.com.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
It was a Lodge Kellum scoring drive for Wyoming area. 9 plays, 63 yards. He carried all 9 times, including the final yard for his 2nd touchdown this game. And Wyoming area leads Berwick 14-6, 46.7 seconds remaining in this opening half. As Feeney will kick off. Gavin Feeney, a sophomore. And his kick. High and deep to the far side. Wilkerson at the 12, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and hit and dropped over the 30 at about the 32-yard line. So 38 seconds to go. Berwick does have 2 timeouts remaining. We'll see how the Bulldogs play it.
I'd be relatively conservative here, Jim. I don't know if you want to take too many risks and let things turn around and have Wyoming area get another score. Run a few plays, see if you can break something big. If not, take it patiently into the half house.
Luke Kopechny is in that secondary for Wyoming area, as Berwick will have it at their own 33-yard line. Stay with us at halftime. Ashlyn Walshaw will bring us updated on the high school football scoreboard as we kick off weekend number 6 of the 10-week regular season. The games here tonight. Interesting first half. Berwick hanging against a very, very good Wyoming area team. Bulldogs at their 33-yard line. Hansen will operate from the gun. Back to throw. Looking. He's going to reverse his field. Looking for some blocking. Gets it. 35, 40, and gets over midfield to... Oh, check that. They're going to mark it right at the midfield stripe.
Luke Kopechny had to follow that from the secondary. He looked like he wanted to roll left with the option of run or throw. But the throw was not there, and the run was not there, so he reversed his field, ran well.
I believe a timeout was called as Hansen picked up 17. No, they're saying they had a flag down on the play, and then they're waving it off. So Berwick comes quickly to the line of scrimmage, which is midfield. They still have 2 timeouts remaining.
Have to get the chain set.
Everett Snyder is the back to the right of Hansen, who operates out of the gun and fires and has a man wide open. It's Escobar, and Shiloh Escobar gets to the 43-yard line of Wyoming area. And now I believe Berwick will use a timeout. They do. 14 seconds to go in the half. Bulldogs trail 14-6. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
For over 50 years, you've trusted Overhead Door to provide the finest quality residential and commercial garage door products, installation, and service. With winter right around the corner, your garage doors need a tune-up. For only $99 for one or $125 for multiple doors, they'll check, lube, and adjust your garage doors and openers so they operate smoothly. Call for their seasonal tune-up special, Overhead Door of Berwick. They're more than just doors. See their 5-star rating on their Google business page or visit ohdberwick.com.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
14 seconds remaining, opening half. Berwick with one timeout remaining. They trail Wyoming area 14-6. The Bulldogs have it at the Warrior 43-yard line. The rain has started to fall here at Jake Sobeski Stadium. As Bulldogs talk over what they want to do.
14 seconds, you can run a play, hope to get 10 or 15 yards, and then throw it to the end zone. Might consider putting a stronger throwing quarterback in. Keep your eye on Ashton Smith entering the game.
Bulldogs from the 43. Billy Hansen stays in there. He's got 3 receivers to the right. Julian Howie to the left. Hansen back to throw. Looking long for Julian Howie into traffic. The ball's intercepted at the 20. Return to the 30. The 35, the 40. Berwick better make a tackle. He's at the 30. Ty Wilkerson can't do it. And it's going to be a touchdown for Wyoming area on the last play of the first half. A complete disaster for the Bulldogs. The long return by Damian Lefkoski. Is there a flag down on the play?
I don't.
Players are reacting like there is.
They're coming back, but are they coming back to their sidelines, then go to the half house? I did not see the flag. But
illegal use of hands against Wyoming area.
Oh, boy.
Big break for the Bulldogs.
It was thrown pretty well, but not quite far enough. And, of course, Wyoming area is expecting a deep pass. Letkowski and the safety cheating over, both covering deep. Letkowski goes high in front of the receiver, takes it away as the receiver falls. So you know he's going to be able to take it upfield. He follows his blockers, other people from the secondary and the linebacker area, and they're able to run along with him, creating interference. But the illegal use of hands will negate the touchdown and bring the ball back to the Wyoming area side of the 50. Looks like the 43 is where they want to spot it. Nope, and now the penalty from there. That was where the illegal use of hands occurred. How much time on the clock?
None. But the
penalty
cannot end on a penalty. So we'll see a play from scrimmage for Wyoming area. And you say, well, what can you do with that?
Oh, yeah, what can you do?
Well, when you have Lodge Kellum in your backfield, you can do a lot.
And you also have a great receiver in Luke Kopechny, who averages 20 yards a catch. Berwick with free safeties about 60 yards off the football.
Just in case they want to try to go long. Instead, they take a knee, and that will do it. The end of the first half of play with the score. Wyoming area 14. Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Escape the ordinary this fall. Navigate the unpaved roads in a Mazda CX-50 with as low as 0.9% financing for 60 months or 1.9% for 72 months at W&L Mazda. Maneuver through the city streets in a nimble Mazda CX-30 with low financing rates or up to $1,000 customer cash. Find your Mazda at W&L off Route 11 in Northumberland, online at WNLMazda.com or at the Bloomsburg Fair.
Financing available to well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other discounts or incentives other than loyalty or military offers. Offer ends 9/3/24. See W&L Mazda for complete offer details.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
We're here at Ken Pollock in Berwick, and Ken is here with us. And Ken, you've been here for the last 10 years or so. Has Berwick welcomed you?
Absolutely. I think we align perfectly as a group with the Berwick community. We're community-driven. We love servicing the people down here. We have great deals every day, whatever stage in life you might be at, looking for a car for your kid, family, whatever it might be. We have a huge selection here, and whatever you have, bring it down, and we'll service it for you as well. Our people are very eager and very knowledgeable about the product that we do have, so we really want to help you out and make you a part of the Ken Pollock family.
Ready to get away? Pop Radio and Busch Light could be sending you to the Badlands. That's right, we're talking round-trip flights, a rental car, 6 days and 7 nights in the Badlands, $1,000 spending cash, and more. All thanks to Miller Travel Agency in Middleburg. Listen at 8, 11, and 3 each weekday for your keyword to text to 71231 for your chance to get qualified. Get complete contest rules at thisispopradio.com. Head to the Badlands with Busch Light and Pop Radio. Must be 21 or older. It's time for the Berwick Bulldogs halftime show on Pop Radio. Brought to you by W&L Subaru, Nissan, and Mazda. Discover the W&L difference today.
Jim Doyle and Andy Lickney from Jake Sobeski Stadium in West Pittston. We're at halftime with Wyoming area leading Berwick by a score of 14-6. The Warriors on their first possession had a decision to make as they had a 4th and 4 at the Berwick 44-yard line. Looked like they were going to go for it, but they called a timeout, thought about it, and decided to punt. And John Turner came through with a beautiful punt, nailing Berwick back at their own 1-yard line. Bulldogs not able to get a first down from there after a punt by Shiloh Escobar. Wyoming area took over at the Berwick 40-yard line, and 2 plays later, their outstanding running back Lodge Kellum off the left side, a tackle-breaking 35-yard touchdown run. Nick Champy kicked the extra point. With 3:02 to go in the first quarter, Wyoming area led by a score of 7-0. In the second quarter, Berwick got a fumble recovery from J.J. Leonard. And a couple plays after that, Ty Wilkerson out of the Wildcat, took the snap, raced off the left side, 53 yards for the touchdown. Logan Robinson's extra point attempt failed. Wyoming area's lead was cut to 7-6 with 6:37 remaining. When Wyoming area got the ball back, it was all Lodge Kellum. A 9-play, 63-yard scoring drive. Kellum carried on all 9 plays. He had runs of 12 and 15 yards along the way. He took it in from the 1-yard line for the score. Nick Champy again with the extra point. Wyoming area led 14-6. Berwick, with 14 seconds to go in the half, decided to go long. The long pass by Billy Hansen was intercepted by Damon Lefkowski, who went all the way for a touchdown. But the play was called back. Illegal use of hands on the part of the Warriors. And the half has come to an end with the Warriors leading the Bulldogs by a score of 14-6. Stay with us. We'll check other scores with Ashlyn Walshaw. We'll check stats with Andy Lickney. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Berwick Dental Arts, 9th Street in Berwick, is proud to be keeping generations of beautiful smiles across Bulldog Nation. Dr. Susan Ermish, Dr. Nathaniel Fluke, and their staff practice general and restorative dentistry, and they're open Monday through Friday. Whether you need a simple cleaning or a complicated procedure, Berwick Dental Arts will see that you have the best smile so you can be your best. Berwick Dental Arts, 9th Street in Berwick, is a proud supporter of Berwick Bulldogs football. Visit their website at berwickdentalarts.com.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Hey, hometown fans. You know Journey Bank as your trusted local bank. But did you know we're also the biggest cheerleader for our community's youth? From athletes competing under the Friday night lights, to students excelling in the classroom, to talented teen stars singing center stage, we're investing in the future of our young people. At Journey Bank, we're committed to helping our kids score big in every aspect of life. Journey Bank, where dreams are nurtured and futures are built. Journey Bank, proud supporter of our local youth.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
W234BH West Hazelton at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains media station. WHLM Bloomsburg.
Halftime from West Pittston. 14-6 is the score. Wyoming area leading Berwick. Coming in, on paper, looked like a one-sided affair. Wyoming area 4-1, averaging 42 points a game. Berwick just 1-4, but on the scoreboard it's close, 14-6. Andy, how about the stats?
Yeah, on the stat sheet it's even closer, Jim. Total yards for each team, Wyoming area 127. Berwick 120, so over a 7-yard difference. Basically, it's been a battle of the superstar running backs. For Berwick, of their 107 yards rushing, Ty Wilkerson has 84 of those. For Wyoming area Warriors, it's Lodge Kellum. He has 17 carries for 124 of the team's 127 yards. In fact, look at it all in perspective. Wyoming area is 0 for 2 passing, so no passing yards. 127 is their net, but Lodge Kellum has 124 of the 127. Trustin Johnson had 1 carry, or at least attempted to get him a carry. Poor exchange, saw the ball bounce off his numbers in a bit of a lateral action. Fumbled forward, Berwick recovered that. The team took a kneel down on the last play, -1 there. And Anthony DeLuca ends up with 1 4-yard carry to his credit. So 127 on the ground, none in the air, 127. And Lodge Kellum, the running back, so impressive on the last drive, has 125 yards of the team's 127. Looking at Berwick, the split is 107 on the ground, 13 in the air for 120 yards total offense. Billy Hansen is 3 of 5 passing, 1 interception on sort of the last play of the half before a penalty, and he has 13 yards in the air. Ty Wilkerson, actually it's 6, Ty Wilkerson has 2 catches for 6. He caught a 13-yarder, and then on a ball that looked like it was going to be a pick 6, it bounced out of the defender's hands into Wilkerson's for a 7-yard loss. So 2 catches for a net of 6 yards in the passing game for Wilkerson. Shiloh Escobar has the other catch, that being a 7-yarder. 13 in the air, 107 on the ground. And of those 107, 84 on 11 carries go to Ty Wilkerson. He's looked really, really dangerous. 1 shoestring tackle here, 1 trip up there, 1 looks like he's ready to break it away. And he'd have more, may happen in the second half. 84 yards of the team's 107 rushing. Everett Snyder has 2 3-yard bursts. Billy Hansen at quarterback, always the running threat. I have him with 5 for 20 yards to his credit. 107 on the ground, 13 in the air, 120. At 7 yards behind the 127 of Wyoming area here at halftime. And yes, Jim, close on the score sheet, close up there on the scoreboard.
C.J. Curry has to be happy with the performance that his team gave him in the first half.
I'd say so, Jim, and it seems that every game it's a little bit of a different game plan. This game seems to be committed to Ty Wilkerson toting that pigskin. Give him the ball, let that special talent do his stuff, and he is doing it. And they played relatively mistake-free ball. The interception at the end of the half, irrelevant since it doesn't score. You know, you're trying in desperation to get down there with minimal time left. Otherwise, you know, just I think a handful of penalties, nothing major. They've looked relatively sharp. And they're doing it with an injury to the center, Gavin Jones. Nico Lanzinski, again, forced into action in that offensive line and seems to be holding his own very nicely. Yeah, it's just a tough game. Tough to stop Lodge Kellum. And boy, that game plan really turned around. They looked like they wanted to mix in a few other people. And after a fumble, they said, nope. Lodge Kellum, every carry all the way down the field. Try to stop him behind this huge offensive line. And they just could not. He's too good.
Pretty sound strategy.
I like it. Go with what works.
Halftime 14-6. Wyoming area leads Berwick. A reminder that at the Bulldogs apparent center. Monogramming through October 25th. That's when Berwick plays Tunkhannock at home, and 5 winners are drawn. 14-6 is the score here. We'll check other scores when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Ready to get away? Pop Radio and Bush Light could be sending you to the Badlands. That's right. We're talking round-trip flights, a rental car, 6 days and 7. To 71231 for your chance to get qualified. Get complete contest rules at thisispopradio.com.
Nespoli Jewelers have prided themselves on mixing fine with fashion. Jonathan can customize your engagement ring and wedding bands, design a unique piece of jewelry inspired by you, or simply help you find an affordable gift. Service, quality, creativity. Nespoli Jewelers. Yesterday's principles, today's creations. East Front Street in Berwick and online at nespolijewelers.com.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickshinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
Are you on the market for a new set of wheels? Once you find it, whether it's a functional grocery getter or a midlife crisis hot rod, the tag and title experts at Berwick Notary in Berwick are open 6 days a week, so you can be rest assured you'll be on the road and legal in no time. Berwick Notary can transfer a title, register an ATV or any kind of vehicle, and they're the only notary in Columbia County that registers boats. Berwick Notary's been serving the Bulldog community for over 40 years, and they proudly support the Berwick Bulldogs. Check out their Facebook page, and go Dogs!
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Both teams about to make their appearance on the field. The start of the second half. Berwick trailing Wyoming area 14-6 for an update on other high school football scores. Let's go to Ashlyn Walshaw.
Thanks, Jim. Bloomsburg currently leads Midwest
36-0 in the second. Montoursville leads Central Columbia 28-0 in the second. Crestwood leads Pittston area 14-7 at the half. Dallas leads North Pocono 24-14 in the second. Danville leads Southern Columbia 21-0 in the second. Tunkhannock leads Hanover area 16-0 in the second. Wilkes-Barre area leaves Hazleton 10-0 in the first. Mount Carmel leads Hughesville 35-0 in the second. Lake Lehman leads Nanacoke 21-7 at the half. Loyalsock and Lewisburg tied 7-7 at the half. Mid-Valley leads West Scranton 21-6 in the second. Mifflinburg leads Milton 35-6 in the second. Marion Catholic leads Minersville 14-7 at the half. Northwest and Sierre are currently tied 0-0 in the second. There's also no score for Wallen-Paulpack and Scranton Prep in the second. Shamokin leads Selinsgrove 9-7 at the half. Scranton and Valley View tied 14-14 in the second. Warrior Run leads North Penn Mansfield 35-24 in the second. Jersey Shore leads Williamsport 27-7 in the third. There's currently no score for Executive Education Academy and Wyoming Valley West in the second. And Jenkinstown leads Columbia Montour Votech 20-0 in the first. Now back to Jim and Andy for the start of the third quarter.
Okay, thank you very much, Ashlyn. Right here, it is 14-6, Wyoming area leading Berwick. Andy, I'd be surprised, more or less shocked, if we didn't see a heavy dose of both Lodge Kellum for Wyoming area, Ty Wilkerson for Berwick in the second half.
Yeah, I'd agree, Jim. Both have the star power, and both have really exploded in this game. Double-checked with Mitch Rupert on his numbers to make sure we're consistent. He has Kellum with 17 for 127. That's 4 more than I had. And he had Ty Wilkerson with 11 for 80, 4 less than I had. But we're basically watching the same football game, and we should match in the newspaper as well if I can keep up with him in this second half.
Well, you know you have a good program going when you graduate an all-stater like Aaron Crosley for Wyoming area last year, who rushed for 1,802 yards and 27 touchdowns, and you follow him with Lodge Kellum. So they just keep coming for this Wyoming area team. This is a veteran team. They expect to be good. They were 10-2 last year, 17 starters back, and Berwick doing a great job staying with them.
Yeah, I think so, Jim. Now they're going to have to find a way of slowing Kellum down a little bit more, as the game plan basically seems like if we want to win this game, strap it on, we're giving it to Kellum behind this big offensive line. And as talented as Lodge Kellum is, and face it, he's very talented. Quick, powerful, breaks tackles, doesn't go down. But he'll credit his offensive line. They go 239 pounds a man. We mentioned the huge size at tackle. Matt Getsky goes 270. Chase DeSanto, the Division I prospect, is 6'4", 280. They're in there with tight splits, coming off the ball, and whether they're widening the C gap with kickouts and double down blocks, or whether they're running inside the tackles, they just bring that bullet of Lodge Kellum at you from deep in the eye, and challenge you to try to stop him as he finds whatever seam happens to be the best as he's reading the zone blocking. And it's just quite the challenge. Berwick has to commit almost everyone to stopping the run.
Wyoming area will get the football to start this second half. They'll be moving from our left to our right. Light rain falling here at Jake Sobeski Stadium as Berwick's Logan Robinson set to kick off. Gage, Speece, Lodge, Kellum, Trustin Johnson deep for Wyoming area.
Not all that deep at their 20-yard line. Don't know how strong the leg is, but you'd like to force them to backpedal. Onside.
Robinson's kick fielded by one of the up men who fell down. I thought he was down on the play. He's still going.
Should have been blown dead in my mind.
Shouldn't have. at the 30-yard line.
Well, it's on the far side from us, Jim, and he might have had his feet go out from him and caught himself on his hand. The officials are closer to the play than we are, so we'll give it to their judgment. Jake Morgan with that as he kind of caught it awkwardly, fell back, must have caught himself on his hand, the ball in the other hand, and not downed himself.
They're marking the ball at the 30-yard line, so that's where Wyoming area will put it in play. We're just underway here in the third quarter, and the Warriors coming in with a 4-1 record, leading Berwick by a score of 14-6. Lodge Kellum is the tailback. Luke Kopechny, they've only tried to go to him once. Talented wide receiver. Now they're marking the football way out to the 45-yard line. Did you see the call?
I tried to see the call. I think you kind of wanted to say it over a microphone you didn't possess, and then I didn't recognize the hand signal, but they marked it 15 yards against Berwick.
Wow, that is a big, big penalty to start this second half, and Kellum takes a snap and goes off the right side. He's got a little bit of running room, and he's over the 50s to the Berwick 42-yard line. So that penalty is significant to start this second half.
I don't know if it was illegal participation, Jim. 12 men perhaps on the Berwick kick team. That would be 15 yards if they were involved. Everett Snyder eventually running that down from the backside, but not until Lodge Kellum extends a real nice run.
13 yards on the carry. So the Warriors, after the penalty and the run, immediately threatening here early in the third. Kopechny is wide to the left. Michael Crane is the fullback, ahead of Kellum in the eye. Toss, sweep, left side, Lodge Kellum. Rocco Romeo has him, but can't bring him down. And he'll get a couple to the 39, still on his feet to the 37-yard line. That's a 5-yard gain out of absolutely nothing.
Rocco Romeo was blitzing and ran into the man. And he played it rather physically, but the man would knock it down. Help comes, he breaks it free from Romeo, but then he breaks free from the other two helping, and then he just keeps his feet chugging and chugging and chugging, and gets 5 yards when he should have been stopped in the backfield.
2nd and 5, Warriors at the Bulldog 37. Again, the I formation. DeLuca hands off to Kellum off the left side. He's got a head of steam, runs over tackler at the 25 down to the 24-yard line.
Ty Wilkerson deep in the secondary had to just try to catch him, and he just dropped his shoulder and didn't run over Ty Wilkerson.
Or was it Julian Howie?
Well,
was it
could
7?
Have been.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Howie, but nevertheless, strong run. He makes you pay.
Well, that time, too, he had a clean lane. Berwick's been blitzing and trying to catch him and slow him down in the backfield. That time they couldn't.
12 yards on that carry. 1st and 10 at the Berwick 25. Berwick showing run blitz. Kellum runs by it to the 20. Outside to the 15. Runs over two tacklers to the 13-yard line.
It's just a question. Lodge Kellum is better than the Berwick defenders, Jim. He's getting the good blocking at the point of attack. He runs through that, gets even more speed, and when you try to tackle him in the secondary, he's going to overpower you. Another big run.
So he's had runs of 13, 12, and another 12 on this possession. And it's first down for Wyoming area at the Berwick 13.
He has 169 on the game now.
Crane again, the fullback. Kellum gets the call off the left side. Lots of running room. Runs through a tackler. Gets down to the 1-yard line. 12 more yards for Lodge Kellum.
He's that good. He's just that good. Powerful run. And this time Berwick isn't hitting the right gaps on their blitzes. He gets that seam. He attacks himself through it. Gains speed as he goes and then wins the collisions.
Let's see if they reward Kellum.
Power eye.
He gets the call off the right side and into the end zone for a Wyoming area touchdown. All Lodge Kellum as they add to the lead.
182 yards on the game now for Lodge Kellum. He is a force. Give him that big offensive line on the 1-yard line where they know the cadence and they explode out of their stance, pushing the defensive line back. 2 power backs and the power eye on the right side the way through, and it's a bit of a mismatch for Lodge Kellum then carrying it on in.
And an injury timeout one of the Bulldogs, I believe, down in the end zone. So we'll have a timeout before the extra point attempt.
Player's on one knee with his helmet off. I believe it's Julian Howie, and they're going to send the teams to the sideline while they double check on his status.
And Andy, you made this point before. Lodge Kellum obviously is terrific, but so is this offensive line.
Oh boy, are they ever. You know, you have a Division I recruit, Chase DeSanto, 6'4", 280. Opposite him, Max Getsky, 6'4", 270 pounds. And the interior is very athletic with Paul Panic, center Chase Krugolski, and the opposite guard, Andrew Steinberger. And these guys have size, they have power, coached well in the technique of, getting their shoulders square, getting low, driving people out of the way. And credit to coaching. I think it's good game planning to say, hey, the best attack we have is running Lodge Kellum. We were struggling with Berwick. Let's do what we do best and put this out of reach. So good game calling and, enough variety within the I formation running to keep you guessing. Is it left? Is it right? Is it up the middle? Is it C gap? Is it A gap?
Julian Howie was the player injured for Berwick. He went off under his own power. Dave Champy is 2 for 2 in extra point attempts. And now he is 3 for 3. Time on the field, 8:57 to go in the third. Wyoming area 21, Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Wyoming area drives off the second half kickoff, puts together a 6-play, 55-yard drive. Lodge Kellum, all 6 carries, goes in from the 1-yard line for the score. He has all 3 of Wyoming area's touchdowns, and they've extended their lead to 21-6 as Berwick will get it for the first time in this half with 8:57 to go in the third.
His halftime numbers were impressive, 17 carries for 129 yards. He's up that to 23 carries for 182 yards, and we're not that far into the third period.
Gavin Feeney will kick it off. Alex Estrella and Ty Wilkerson deep for Berwick. Julian Howie had been back deep, but he was injured on that last play from scrimmage. The kick comes up very, very short, headed toward the out of bounds, and it does go out of bounds. So Berwick will have good field position for their first possession of the second half. They trail now 21-6.
I'm going back to the opening kickoff of the half, Jim, and you think, how much does a call matter? We saw that it was a kick returner, Jacob Morgan, trying to catch the ball, backing up and falling backwards with the football. I thought he downed himself, but it's far from us. Might have caught himself with his hand, not downed himself. And then not much of a return, but a 15-yard penalty after. When you add that on to his return, shortens the field considerably. And for a talent like Lodge Kellum with this offensive line, they're going to game plan a touchdown in there. Not enough time to make a mistake offensively.
Bulldogs move from our right to our left. They take over the football, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Billy Hansen is the quarterback. He operates out of the shotgun. Fake handoff, keeps the football. He's in trouble. He'll be buried back at the 28-yard line.
Yes, he will. Caught back there by Kevin Weedle, Jim. He wanted to give it to fake the handoff to Ty Wilkerson, going from right to left, from one A gap to the other, and then keep it himself going in the opposite direction. He saw that it was stuffed up or not to his liking and tried to reverse his field as he often does. But I think Wyoming area is aware they're not going to over-pursue. They're going to keep their contain, and Weedle was able to bring him down for a loss.
Second down call coming from back at the 29-yard line. Bulldogs need 16. Hansen under center. Gives the ball to Ty Wilkerson. Wilkerson has a little bit of running room, still on his feet out to the 40-yard line. Good effort, Ty Wilkerson.
Yes, it is. Looks like an about 11-yard gain. I'll let you count it off, Jim. He had 80 yards at half, add that, put him up to 91. And again, not much there. Hitting the A-gap, but hitting it hard. A little bit of a seam gets him to the linebacker area. Then he's dragging linebackers the rest of the way.
11 yards on the carry to the 40-yard line. Brings up a 3rd down and 5 for Berwick. And it looks like Gavin Jones is back in there at the center position for the Bulldogs to start this second half. He was injured earlier. Sat out much of that first half. Hansen, 3rd down call. Fakes handoff, keeps the football. Second effort won't get him the 1st down. He'll get just 2 to the 42-yard line.
Pulling Chase Shuckers and trying to run behind his kick-out block as Shuckers comes from right to left. But again, not enough in there. The trap was made, but fills in behind that with other tacklers.
4th and 3, and doesn't look like Berwick's looking to punt here, as they're going to go for it. So an early gamble, Berwick in the 3rd quarter, trailing 21-6, 6:45 to go in the period. And the Bulldogs at their own 42, 4th down and 3.
Make it a long 3. Penalty will get it.
Wilkerson is the running back. He gets the call. Flags down the play. Ty Wilkerson is hit hard, just short of the sticks. We'll check the penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 men in motion, Jim. They snapped it before the 2 players shifted from the right side to the left side. Not even sure they wanted to set. One might have been able to stay in motion, but the other needs to set himself. So an illegal shift, if it's short of the chains, Wyoming area just takes over, right?
No. Berwick will punt it. It's a 5-yard walk-off against the Bulldogs. They were going to go for it. Actually, they did.
That's what I'm wondering. Then why take the 5 yards unless they felt he had gotten the 1st down?
Now it's back at the 37. So they did not take the play. Why wouldn't they take the play there?
And it's still 4th down is what they're saying. I'm very confused by what they're calling here, Jim. And the officials aren't congregating to straighten me out any. You either take the 5 yards or you take the ball where it was on 4th down. Maybe the officials weren't aware it was 4th down. I'm confused. They're going to punt from 5 yards deeper.
Shiloh Escobar back to punt, standing back at his 23-yard line. Aiden George with the snap. Kick is away. Comes up short and goes out of bounds. It's going to be great field position for Wyoming area. And the short punt by Shiloh Escobar, who's punting for the first time.
Overall, he's done a pretty nice job, Jim. This one shanks a little bit. The thing is, he's been kicking it and aiming toward the out of bounds somewhat, and there's been no returns on his punts. This one, though, you'd like to get a little more distance on it if you could.
Wyoming area, 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Just 12 yards on that punt. Lodge Kellum is the tailback in the eye. Michael Crane ahead of him. Wide receiver to either side. DeLuca gives to Kellum. Kellum tries the left side. Defense very, very well by the Bulldogs. He'll get maybe a yard on the play.
And Chase Shuckers coming down with the tackle, and it seems Berwick's changed the defense and put more people immediately near the line of scrimmage. Looks like they had 4 down linemen and 1 or 2 people as defensive ends standing there with linebackers behind them. So crowding the line of scrimmage to take away the effectiveness of Lodge Kellum's running.
Just a yard on that play. 2nd down and 9. Wide receiver to either side. Kopechny, wide right. DeLuca rolls right. He's looking for his great target. Comes back, makes the catch, has the 1st down before he's ridden out of bounds. So the big sophomore with his first catch, his 25th of the season. And they get it to the Berwick 42-yard line for a 1st down.
Yeah, so give him 9 or 10 on that. Squaring him out, nothing real fancy, but man who averages 20 yards a catch, you got to backpedal immediately, not let him get deeper than you as a cornerback. He squares it off, and the quarterback with the semi-roll to his right times it well, drills it in. They'll earn the chains with the pass. First completion of the game.
12 yards on the completion. Now the back's in an open set for one of the few times from the 41-yard line. Kellum gets the call, hit behind the line, tries to break away, cannot do it. It's not Lodge Kellum, it's Thurston Johnson. And Berwick defends that one very well.
Trying to vary the offense. I mentioned I like when they went very vanilla, I formation with Lodge Kellum and rely on the line. Last time they gave it to Thurston Johnson, there was a fumble. Really led to Berwick's success. This time they give it to him, and Berwick stuffs the line of scrimmage and knocks him backward for one.
Loss of a yard. Second down and 11. Warriors at the Bulldog 42-yard line. Kopechny wide to the left. I formation. Toss sweep left side. Kellum back in there. Kellum to the 35. Kellum down the far side. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Lodge Kellum. 42 yards for a Warrior touchdown.
Berwick didn't make some great attempts as they angled after him, kind of diving at his ankles and falling up a little bit short. Powers himself off the left side, hits that C-gap where they've had success. They kick out the defensive end. They double down inside on everyone else. Give this guy that big C-gap to run through, and then he outruns the people who seem to have some angles on him.
So it's getting away for the Bulldogs here in the third. 4:27 remaining. Dave Champy will come on. He is 3 for 3 in extra point attempts. And Lodge Kellum continues to rack up the big yardage. That kick is good. Time out in the field. 4:27 to go. Third quarter. Wyoming area 28. Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates. Why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
The field position has really favored Wyoming area here in the third quarter. Their first possession, they start at their own 45-yard line. Their second possession, starting at their own 46. Both led to touchdown runs by Lodge Kellum, and the lead has ballooned to 28-6. Warriors 4:27 remaining here in the third.
Field position has helped them, Jim, but it was going to help Berwick on that last play. That they were on the 5-yard line and he needed 95 yards. He was getting it. He outran the angles in the secondary, and it was a sprint to the end zone that he was winning.
Gavin Feeney will kick off for the Warriors. Ty Wilkerson back deep for Berwick. Feeney approaches the ball, comes up short. Fair catch called by one of the up men at the 24-yard line. So that's where Berwick will put it in play. 4:27 remaining here in the third. Bulldogs back at home next Friday night to take on Trojans of Nanticoke area. 7 o'clock kickoff, and as usual, our coverage will start with the C.J. Curry Show at 6.
Were you a little surprised by the fair catch on the kickoff, Jim?
Yeah, it looked like he had a little bit of room to run.
Yeah, Brandon Schaefer caught it, but sometimes the coaches tell you, look, if you're the up back and it's coming your way, they're coming down hard. Don't be afraid to raise that hand and use the fair catch. So I'd have been a little over-instruction rather than using his own discretion.
Wilkerson from the Wildcat counts his teammates. Says there's not enough, so they bring a man on late. And it screws up the whole play. And Ty will lose big yardage inside the 20.
Yeah, really nowhere to go. He tried to reverse his direction, but on that other side was Josh Maruck. And you're not getting away from him. It'll be a big loss of about 6 on that. You know, you need the personnel to be ready. Sometimes a player gets banged up and not everyone's ready, or you're going with a unique formation. That was the formation with the 3 wing backs where Wilkerson took it, ran behind them, and scored a touchdown. Looks like they want to go with that direction again.
3 blockers to the left and running that way as Wilkerson and the Warriors are all over it, and they pinball Ty Wilkerson down right at the line of scrimmage, which is the 20-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 14.
Yeah, they saw that once, and Wilkerson scored. That was back in the first half. So anytime they see that formation, they're looking, hey, they're going to want to run behind that. We have to play it better. So they anticipate Wilkerson and the Wildcat running behind those 3 blockers out there in that unique triple wing formation.
They gave Ty Wilkerson a yard on the play to the 21-yard line. It's 3rd down and 13 for Berwick as we head toward 3 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter. It's not been a good quarter for the Bulldogs. They've been outscored 14-0. And the official says timeout, Berwick. 2:57 to go in the 3rd. 28-6 Wyoming area. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
For over 50 years, you've trusted Overhead Door to provide the finest quality residential and commercial garage door products, installation, and service. With winter right around the corner, your garage doors need a tune-up. For only $99 for one or $125 for multiple doors, they'll check, lube, and adjust your garage doors and openers so they operate smoothly. Call for their seasonal tune-up special, Overhead Door of Berwick. They're more than just doors. See their 5-star rating on their Google business page or visit ohdberwick.com.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Light rain falling here at Jake Sobeski Stadium in West Pittston, Wyoming area, showing why they are one of the elite teams in the Wyoming Valley Conference. They have broken this thing open in the 3rd quarter. They now lead Berwick 28-6. 2:57 to go in the 3rd. Bulldogs face a 3rd and 13 following their timeout. They have it at their own 21.
Time to show some character, Jim. You want to fight your way back, not see this score escalate at all. You'd like to keep that margin narrower, but you're backed up here with the 3rd and long situation.
They will stay with the Wildcat Billy Hansen is in there, ready to take the snap. Wilkerson is to his left. Hansen, pump fake, back to throw. Fires over the middle, throws it right into a defender's hands. Flags fly as the return to the 15-yard line. So it's an interception. Flag down after the play. It's Josh Maruck who intercepted the pass. And there are 2 flags on the play.
Yeah, there might be a late hit on Maruck, might be the second. He was down, player on him, and yet another one. In frustration when things don't go your way, you want to take it out on the opposition. So I think there may be a late hit. Now, what the first flag was, we'll have to see. Hansen got the ball in the shotgun and looked to the left like he wanted to throw a flare there. But then he held it up and looked to the other side and drilled it. But Maruck interposes himself from his defensive end position.
Referee looking over at Wyoming area.
Penalties that way. Do you want to move them back? Do you want to do this? I think an ineligible man was downfield for Berwick. That's declined. Then the personal foul, that will be accepted. Both penalties on Berwick.
You know, some colleges have a little camera that goes on the top of the quarterback's helmet, and they use it in practice to see what the quarterbacks see. That would be one of those plays there. Like, Billy, what did you see when you threw that ball? Because it looked like he threw it right into the hands of Maruck and not toward any receiver.
Well, again, originally he looked like he wanted to throw a swing pass to his left. And he changed his mind on that and then looked in the other area. And you may not know who's going. Maybe Decker's going to try a slant in or a delay. But Maruck, decides, hey, I'm going to leave my defensive end spot. I'm going to drift back a little bit. And it went right into Maruck's hands.
So after this long delay by the officials, it looks like the ball's going to be at the 17-yard line after the Josh Maruck interception.
Spot of the tackle. 15 yards toward Berwick's goal, and let's snap the ball, guys. We don't need any more. Let's go.
I formation behind quarterback Anthony DeLuca. He's back to throw. He's looking for his favorite target. Kopechny makes the grab, and he's in for a touchdown. Well thrown ball and a terrific catch by a very, very talented sophomore.
Well, sometimes you're calling off the horses by not running Lodge Kellum. But boy, when you pass to Luke Kopechny, who averages 20 yards a catch on the season, leading receiver in District 2, I don't know about calling off the horses there. You do want to work that passing game. Make sure you stay sharp. And Anthony DeLuca finding Luke Kopechny is a sharp passing combination.
So they take advantage of the turnover, put another one on the board, and Champy will try to remain perfect on extra points, and he does. Timeout in the field, 2:43 remaining in the third. Wyoming area 35, Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
When you've been sidelined by an injury, all you want is to get back in the game. Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. We use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Wyoming area has put 21 points on the board in this third quarter, which still has 2:43 remaining. After being held to 14 points the entire first half, and they have broken this open. They lead Berwick 35-7. Julian Howie, who was shaken up earlier, is on the kick return team. He joins Ty Wilkerson as Feeney will kick off for Wyoming area. Sophomore Gavin Feeney. It's been all Warriors here in the thirds. They've broken this one wide open. Feeney gets the signals from the officials. Kicks one line drive, and it goes through the Berwick 2 deep man into the end zone for the touchback. So the Bulldogs will try to get something going offensively. They'll take over at their own 20-yard line. Wyoming area is a prolific offensive team. 42 points a game. And they've given up some big points on this season. In fact, in a victory over Dallas, they gave up 41. But they have some talent on defense as well. And they run to the football.
Yeah, Josh Marocco had that last interception too, Jim. We don't know how much he's played this year. But if he's coming back, into his good, healthy self, that makes a big difference defensively.
I formation as Hansen gives off, and a gain of just a couple off the right side.
Unpiling very slowly was number 99, Everett Snyder, on the carry. He'll get a yard.
Snyder coming into the game, 9 carries for 55 yards on the season.
3 for 4 on this game as they've punched him up the middle 3 times.
Second down call coming. Julian Howie is wide to the right side. So Ty Wilkerson gets a breather on this series. Hansen back to throw, looking long for Julian Howie, and he is well covered. Ball thrown pretty well by Billy, all the way down at the 40-yard line of Berwick, but double coverage on Julian Howie.
Gage Spieth is the corner, but also Trustin Johnson staying along with him as he's getting deep downfield. I think they read the quarterback's action. Play action didn't really fool them. They're not worried about stopping the run in the secondary. They're worried about the dangerous speed that Berwick possesses, and they stayed with Julian Howie very nicely there.
Third down and 8. Berwick at their own 22-yard line. 1:58 remaining in the third. Now Wilkerson in there. He and Howie and Estrella. 3 receivers to the left. Wilkerson goes in motion to the right, the flag down.
He might be counting the players. I think our referee is counting 12, or he's going to say, oops, I miscounted. Forget that. He didn't throw the flag. Yep, it's going to be an illegal substitution, Jim, since they blew it. Greg Sumchak, the referee, standing behind the play. You know, what you do is you look at how many people in the running back area, then how many wide receivers. Someone goes in motion, you're saying, wait a second, there's too many guys off the football. And you say it's got to be 12. You whistle that one dead.
3rd and 13. Berwick back at their 17. Wilkerson in motion to the right. Hansen play action. Fires it out to Ty, but it's a low pass. He has to go down. Did he make the catch? If so, right about the line of scrimmage. So the punt team on for Berwick. With 1:24. Yeah, he did catch it because that clock continues to run here in the 3rd.
Punting situation. There haven't been many punts fielded by Wyoming area, as punts have gone on angles and then out of bounds, so not many returns.
Guido and Johnson back deep for the Warriors. Escobar back at his 5. Good snap by Aiden George. Kick is away. Takes a Berwick bounce over midfield and goes dead at the Wyoming area 48-yard line. So they continue to have great field position. Their possessions in this 3rd quarter, they start at their 45, at their 46, at the Berwick 17, and now at the 48.
I think the punt returners are being told, don't take any chances. The one thing we don't want is a fumble. We'll let the offense take care of it. So while they may have been able to step up and catch that, call a fair catch, and get a little better field position without the bounce, they opted not to.
46 seconds remaining here in the 3rd. Kopechny, who just had that beautiful touchdown grab, is wide to the right. Receiver to the left. I formation. Toss sweep left side, Lodge Kellum. Berwick got great penetration, but he still gets a couple up to midfield. Flag down on the play.
And Berwick is with a 6-2 line. 4 down linemen, 2 stand-up defensive ends, 2 linebackers playing up close. Not great for pass coverage unless you have a lot of faith in your corners and safety. But should be able to fill every gap at the snap and slow down the effectiveness of Lodge Kellum and his running.
That was not Kellum. It was Trustin Johnson who had that carry. And it is a walk-off against Wyoming area.
And it's a big one. 10 yards holding or 15 yards? 15, I think.
Definitely 15.
Are they going to tell us what it is?
Probably not. Off the 33-yard line.
Must have been a personal foul in there.
1st and 25 for Wyoming area. Back at their 33. Time for perhaps one more play. Johnson is the tailback. Crane, the fullback, ahead of him. Johnson gets caught off the left side, tripped up. Boy, it looked like he had something going there. He's brought down about the 36 or 37.
And big defensive linemen are shooting the gaps as we run this quarter down, Jim.
3 quarters in the books. Wyoming area 35, Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
This is Mike from M&M Carpet One in Bloomsburg. Is this the first time you've shopped with us? Let me explain why you should shop at a Carpet One store. We have over 1,300 store buying power. Carpet One stores sell more floor covering than the 2 big box stores do combined. That means not only do you get the best price, but you get to work with flooring professionals throughout the entire process, from estimates to installation. No one will give you more for your flooring dollar than M&M Carpet One in Bloomsburg.
Free checking for you and your business. No strings attached. Sounds perfect, right? First Keystone Community Bank offers free personal and business checking options with free Visa debit card, no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and no monthly qualifying requirements. Checking with no gimmicks, just what you need. They'll be celebrating 160 years of serving their communities with 19 full-service locations and convenient digital banking tools 24/7. First Keystone Community Bank. Local banking for the community we all call home. Online at fkc.bank. Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
3 quarters in the books here at Jake Sobieski Stadium in West Pittston. Wyoming area 35, Berwick 6. We start the final period. The Warriors at their own 37-yard line, second down and 21. Kirsten Johnson is the tailback. DeLuca back to throw, looking long for Kopechny, and he makes the grab over the shoulder at the 24-yard line. Well, that is a real weapon for a team that runs the ball so effectively.
Yes, it is. Kopechny must have put a little slow down, speed up move on Braden Schaefer because he got a step on him. You know that he's a long distance guy, likes to catch the deep ball, and he caught one there as he got the step on the secondary.
41 yards on the reception to Kopechny. And Wyoming area would love to get this game in the mercy rule, and they're 1 score away early here in the 4th. They have it at the Berwick 22-yard line. Johnson again, the tailback in the eye. Michael Crane is the fullback. Johnson gets the call off the left side, cut down about the 19-yard line. Billy Hansen coming from his corner position to make the play.
Yeah, trying to slide things off the left side, a little angle to the run, but hitting the B gap. And it's just a different energy with Lodge Kellum in there. I wonder if the line blocks a little better, and of course he's a tremendous runner. Tristan Johnson looks like the athlete, but not putting up the numbers we were seeing with Lodge Kellum.
2nd and 7. Warriors at the Bulldog 19. Again from the eye. He gives to Johnson. Hit behind the line, but breaks free. He gets off to the far side of the field and turns the corner and makes something out of nothing.
Boy, Draven Geiger had it dead to rights. Again, Berwick shooting these gaps out of a 6-man front. Met him in the backfield. Seemed to have everything wrapped up, except he couldn't lock his hands around them. Ends up trusting Johnson, puts a little spin, takes it to the outside, and it's a sprint toward the end zone.
11 yards in the carry, 1st and goal for the Warriors of Wyoming area. Trying to put this game into the mercy rule mode. It's DeLuca under center from the 8. Johnson, the tailback, gets the call. Off the left side, running hard, forced out of bounds, across the way at about the 5-yard line.
Nice effort by Tymir Wilkerson to deny him the end zone. But again, they're hitting that C gap, doubling down, kicking out. The C gap's there. They've perfected that play. They have the blocking. And this time with Trustin Johnson running, they approach the goal line.
Ball at the 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Under 10 remaining. Power I to the left. Johnson the call off the left. There's the Johnson in, standing up for the touchdown from 2 yards out.
Strong blocking. Again, right at the line of scrimmage, they explode out of their stances, lock into their men, and drive the defense back. 2 power backs hitting that B gap on the left side ahead of Trustin Johnson, who's able to take it on in, goes in standing.
Johnson had some good numbers coming in this game. 216 yards and 5 touchdowns. He just got his 6th. And it'll be a mercy rule if this extra point by Champy is good. It's up, and it is good. Time on the field, 9:36 to go in the game. Wyoming area 42, Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football and Pop Radio.
Family tradition is the foundation of Nespoli Jewelers, a family tradition started by Joseph Nespoli and continued by his grandson Jonathan. For 3 generations, Nespoli Jewelers have prided themselves on mixing fine with fashion. Jonathan can customize your engagement ring and wedding bands, design a unique piece of jewelry inspired by you, or simply help you find an affordable gift. Service, quality, creativity. Nespoli Jewelers. Yesterday's principles, today's creations. East Front Street in Berwick and online at nespolijewelers.com.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
9:06 to go in this one. This was a 14-6 game at the half, but Wyoming area has completely dominated the second half. And now we're in the mercy rule as they lead 42-6. As Thurston Johnson replacing Lodge Kellum and doing a pretty good job in his own right.
Yep, they've perfected their plays. They don't run a lot of plays, Jim. They like kick-outs from the I formation. Boy, they run it well, especially in that C-gap.
Gavin Feeney will kick it off. He's been busy doing that here in the second half. Julian Howie. Ty Wilkerson deep for Berwick. Howie will field on the run at the 20, looking for some running room, and he's brought down at the 30. That's where Berwick will put it in play. Bulldogs would like to get something going offensively here in the second half, which has 9:30 remaining.
With the running clock, they would. People filtering down to Howie a little too easily, Jim. There's 9 other blockers up front while people need to maintain their lanes. 2 people coming right on down on him, bring him down easily.
Next up for the Bulldogs, the Trojans of Nanticoke. Next week will be the first meeting between those two schools since 1988. The first game that Andy Olickney ever did on WHLM.
I remember. Famous Nanticoke to Norfolk, Virginia weekend.
From the 30. Hansen out of the gun. Back to throw. Looking. Now he throws into traffic and a nice catch at the 41-yard line on target to Julian Howie.
Real nice. Got in the pocket. He's going to bounce on his feet as he's prone to do, but he had good pocket courage. Eventually drills it to Howie, who's flanked on the left, runs down and does a post. May have even curled in to make sure he made that catch.
11 yards on the reception to Julian Howie, who is wide to the right now. Estrella in a slot to his left. Hansen under center from the 41. He rolls to throw. He fires incomplete. A Warrior in the secondary, Michael Crane, got a hand on it. It'll be second down and 10. That clock continues to run even on the incompletion because we're in the mercy rule. If you're not familiar with that rule, it's a 35-point lead for one team from the second quarter on, the end of the second quarter on. And then it is the mercy rule. Clock doesn't stop unless there's a timeout or an injury.
Billy Hansen rolling to his right was under pressure. They need to block and protect him a little bit better. Give him some time to throw.
Second down and 10. Estrella comes in motion. Toss sweep to him as he sweeps the left side. Looks for some running room. A nice effort by Estrella. Still on his feet, the far sideline. 35 to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and Alex Estrella is in for a Berwick touchdown. 59 yards.
And no flags. Beautifully done. I'm marking it as a pass play, but no, that's a run. He comes from a flanker on the right behind the quarterback, takes the pitch, turns it into a jet sweeping action. He's able to elude a couple of tacklers. 10 yards into the run, he had to make another miss. And then the final man, I was sure was going to be able to push him out of bounds, but he just turned on the jets and outran him.
Well, Alex Estrella, part of that District 2 gold medal winning 4x100 meter relay team, and he showed some speed there. It got to be a thrill for him. His first career touchdown. And the Bulldogs are on the board for the first time in the second half. And they will go for 2. A wing to either side. Hanson under center. Man in motion. Hand off to the motion man straight ahead and will not get there. Stop short. Timeout in the field. 7:38 remaining in the game. Wyoming area 42. Berwick 12. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Ready to get away? Pop Radio and Bush Light could be sending you to the Badlands. That's right, we're talking round-trip flights, a rental car, 6 days and 7 nights in the Badlands, $1,000 spending cash, and more. All thanks to Miller Travel Agency in Middleburg. Listen at 8, 11, and 3 each weekday for your keyword to text to 71231 for your chance to get qualified. Get complete contest rules at thisispopradio.com. Head to the Badlands with Bush Light and Pop Radio. Must be 21 or older. W234BH West Hazelton at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, and W288CF Danville at 105.5. Your home for Berwick Bulldogs football is Pop Radio, Seven Mountains media station. WHLM Bloomsburg.
Alex Estrella with the first Berwick score of the second half. A thing of beauty. He's lined up as a wide receiver right, comes in motion, takes the pitch, and shows that great speed of his. 59 yards down the left sideline. 42-12 Wyoming area. 7:38 to go. Logan Robinson's kick is a pooch kick and goes out of bounds on the far side. So Wyoming area will take over at their own 35-yard line with that 42-12 lead.
If it didn't go out before the 35-yard line, we'll see where they do set the chains to be sure. Boy, just a magical run by Alex Estrella, Jim. Yeah, it looked like a number of times he was going to be stopped. First, he had to get past the line of scrimmage, and I think he just turned on the jets and outran that pursuit. At about 10 yards, it looked like he'd have the markers. I thought they'd get him there, but somehow he eludes the defenders in the area. And then the last man seemed to have the best chance. He has the angle. He's running at him. Seems he'll just push him out of bounds. But, boy, what speed can do to outrun the angle, get himself into the end zone. Just a wonderful touchdown run.
And Randy Spencer is called off the Dogs. He's got his backups in there. Jack Ravine is the quarterback. He hands off. You know, I hope that's Michael Crane, and I hope he gets a carry because he has been the blocking fullback all night long. And I can see him just saying, hey, Coach, how about a carry? Just one. He got it there.
He did. He'll fight ahead for about 2 yards on that burst. But you're right, Jim. They run a lot of I formation, a lot of isolation, where he's doing some kicking out or running through the C gap when they're kicking out in other ways. So he does deserve to touch that football.
Second out at 8. Wyoming area at their own 37-yard line. Ravine is the quarterback. I formation behind him. He gives off the left side. Rocco Romeo is all over the bar carrier. Michael, so they're overworking him now.
Well, I think they like to let him run. He is a senior. Reward his efforts as a blocking back with some carries here in mop-up duty.
Had 7 carries on the season coming into this one, averaging 8.4 yards a carry.
And a touchdown to his credit.
Wide receiver to either side, but I don't think we'll see any passing out of backup quarterback Jack Ravine. Third and ball. Sweep left side. Crane, I think, just short of the first down yardage. Gabe Decker making the stop for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think where they're going to spot it, Jim, it's going to be a good football length short. They might go for it on fourth down, push it ahead, rather than have a second unit do the punting.
C.J. Curry doing a lot of substituting as well.
Yeah.
Brady McCabe has come on. Connor Roberts come on. So it's fourth down and less than a yard for Wyoming area at their own 44-yard line. They will go for it. I formation. behind Gravine, using a lot of clock on each of these plays. As Gravine going to keep it himself, Berwick strings it out, but Gravine is too fast, and he gets the first down and then some. On the far sideline to the Berwick 46-yard line.
I'm not even sure it was the design play. I think he wanted to give it to tailback, but the tailback was by him. So he kept on going, turned that corner, made something, and not only the chains, but enough of a successful run after that.
But a holding call against Wyoming area. I wonder why they had stopped the clock, and that's why. The penalty against the Warriors, and they will probably punt it away here with 5:06 to go.
I would expect it. They're huddling as if the penalty had not been marched off. Now they're moving their huddle back.
The District 2 AAA power rankings going into this week. Western Wayne was on top, Scranton Prep second, and Wyoming area third. And then it's Mid-Valley, Lake Lehman, Carbondale, Berwick was seventh. If the season ended today, Berwick would be traveling to Scranton Prep to start those playoffs.
John Turner back to punt this one away, Jim.
He had a beauty early in the game, ending up at the Berwick 1-yard line. Berwick has no one deep on this one. He gets a nice roll and go out of bounds inside the Berwick 30. 4:34 remaining. Bulldogs with probably just one more possession left. They trail Wyoming area by a score of 42-12.
We'll see what unit they choose to go with.
You know, Randy Spencer in his 17th season here is a real class act. I can remember the last time that George Curry was here, and George was very, very ill. And Randy knew it was going to be the last time that the Wyoming area faced Berwick. And when the game ended, he had every single player on his team line up and shake hands with George Curry. You know, telling his team, hey, I want you to know, and I want you to experience him up close. Just
remember the moment. Yep.
Class act.
Very touching.
So Berwick takes over at their own 26-yard line. And it looks like Ashton Smith will do the quarterbacking. He hands off. And a gain off the left side for about 4.
Trying to see Connor Roberts with the carry off that left side. Gain a couple of yards.
Connor coming into the game, 8 carries, 36 yards. Gain was to the 20. Roberts takes a toss sweep.
Roberts was the man in motion deceptively, and then Brock Sims, number 44, taking it, coming to the right, cutting it against the grain very nicely on that run.
His first carry tonight, coming off a 104-yard effort against Hanover area last Friday. It's up about 4 to the 37-yard line.
Enjoys running the ball when he gets the opportunity.
Second down and 6. Berwick. Smith gives it to Sims, trying to get outside left, and he'll get to about the 35-yard line. Third down play coming.
Able to take on the first tackler, drop his shoulder. Would have been a 1-yard gain there, but he's able to shrug away from him and tiptoe the sideline for another 4 or 5.
Clock running, 2:17 to go. Stick with us for the post-game show. Andy will have the stats, and Ashlyn Walshaw will bring you updated on the high school football scoreboard. 3rd and 4. Ashton Smith under center, backs in an open set. Smith back to throw. looking long, and he has a man for a completion down inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be first and goal, Berwick. So the play action by Ashton Smith, and then he throws the pass to Brett Eisenhower, a ninth grader, makes his first catch of the season. They'll mark it at the 9, 26 yards on the reception by Eisenhower. First and goal, Berwick, 1:30 to play.
Real nice look, good protection, precision passing.
Sims is the fullback. Roberts gets the call from his tailback spot and pounds ahead down to about the 4-yard line.
Strong run, up the A-gap, a vanilla type of play, but Roberts ran very strong there.
Second down and goal, Wyoming area getting a man off very late as straight ahead.
Quarterback.
Keeper by Ashton Smith, and then here comes the official in late and calling touchdown from the 4-yard line. So Ashton Smith gets the score with exactly 1 minute to play.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. He got pushed back, but I guess they feel his forward progress had crossed the plane of the end zone just enough to award the touchdown. They'll go for 2.
And it will be Smith again on the quarterback keeper. This time, he got in. So Smith gets the 2-point conversion. Exactly 1 minute to go in the game. Wyoming area 42, Berwick 20. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
We're here at Ken Pollock in Berwick, and Ken is here with us. And Ken, you've been here for the last 10 years or so. Has Berwick welcomed you?
Absolutely. I think we align perfectly as a group with the Berwick community. We're community-driven. We love servicing the people down here. We have great deals every day, whatever stage in life you might be at, looking for a car for your kid, family, whatever it might be. We have a huge selection here, and whatever you have, bring it down, and we'll service it for you as well. Our people are very eager and very knowledgeable about the product that we do have, so we really want to help you out and make you a part of the Ken Pollock family.
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
With the subs in for both teams, Berwick puts together a 7-play, 74-yard scoring drive. Longest play along the way, a 26-yard pass completion from Ashton Smith to Brett Eisenhower. Ashton Smith with a 4-yard keeper for the touchdown. He runs for the 2-point conversion. 42-20 is the Wyoming area lead. Exactly 1 minute remaining in the game.
1 minute, probably the running clock as we go. Berwick hasn't attempted to kick the ball very deep in the course of this game. Working toward the sidelines, hoping one of the up men fair catches it or doesn't get much of a return.
Logan Robinson's kick will come up short. Field by one of the up men, 20. Return to the 30, turn the corner at the 40. To midfield and down to the Berwick 38-yard line. That's a good return by Gavin Feeney.
Gavin Feeney, normally kicking, gets to return a kick here. Looks very good as he crosses midfield, tries to cut against the grain before Berwick's able to put the stop to him.
So, see how the Warriors play it with 46.8 seconds to go. They lead in this one by a score of 42-20 as they're going to go to 5-1 on the season. They'll be playing Hanover area next Friday. Of course, Hanover area with some problems with their stadium is not playing any true home games. So that game next Friday will be played at Nanticoke.
Looks like they're going to do the kneel down, Jim. Victory formation is what they're calling.
From the Berwick 39-yard line. They'll take one, and Wyoming area will celebrate the 118th career win for head coach Randy Spencer. The final score, Wyoming area 42 and Berwick 20. Stay tuned, the stats with Andy and scores with Ashlyn Walshaw. You're listening to Bulldogs football and Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you. Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
Berwick Dental Arts, 9th Street in Berwick, is proud to be keeping generations of beautiful smiles across Bulldog Nation. Dr. Susan Ermish, Dr. Nathaniel Fluke, and their staff practice general and restorative dentistry, and they're open Monday through Friday. Whether you need a simple cleaning or a complicated procedure, Berwick Dental Arts will see that you have the best smile so you can be your best. Berwick Dental Arts, 9th Street in Berwick, is a proud supporter of Berwick Bulldogs football. Visit their website at berwickdentalarts.com.
Are your appliances feeling a little bit outdated? You're looking for the best deals in town? Well, look no further than Flick Brothers Electric, your go-to family-owned appliance paradise. Flick Brothers Electric has all the top-notch name-brand appliances you could ever dream of. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, microwave stoves. They even give free estimates on Fujitsu ductless air conditioner heat pump units. Flick Brothers Electric on Maple Lane, keeping Bloomsburg cool, clean, and cooking for over 65 years. Call them at 570-784-3444.
This is Berwick football coach CJ Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick football is powered by Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute and the region's only nationally ranked hospital for orthopedics by U.S. News and World Report. Our team is ranked among the top 20 in the nation and is your unrivaled partner for orthopedic care. Well, the Bulldogs hung tough for one half against this powerhouse from Wyoming area. They trailed just 14-6 at the break, but it was all Warriors in the second half as they made it a mercy rule game. Berwick got a couple of scores late, and the final is Wyoming area 42 and the Bulldogs 20. Wyoming area scored on their second possession, start of a big night for their outstanding running back Lodge Kellum, a 35-yard touchdown run. Nick Champion with the extra point. 7-0 was the Wyoming area lead. That lead held up through the first quarter of play. But in the second quarter, J.J. Leonard with a fumble recovery for the Bulldogs near midfield. Then after a loss of some yardage, Ty Wilkerson from the Wildcat got the snap and went off the left side, showed that great speed of his, 53 yards for the score. Extra point failed. Wyoming area led 7-6, 6:37 to go in the second. And then a Lodge Kellum drive. 9 plays, 63 yards for Wyoming area. All 9 plays carries by their outstanding senior tailback. He had runs of 12 and 15 yards. He ended it with a 1-yard burst. Champion with the extra point. 14-6 was the Warrior lead at the half. But then in the third quarter, it was all Wyoming area. So they scored on all 3 possessions. 6 plays, 55 yards. Lodge Kellum in from the 1-yard line for the score. Champion with the extra point, 21-6. 4 plays, 54 yards. Lodge Kellum, 42-yard burst. Champion with the extra point, 28-6. And then with 2:43 to go in the third, Josh Maruck intercepted a Billy Hansen pass. They took over at the Berwick 17-yard line, and Anthony DeLuca threw to his outstanding sophomore wide receiver, Luke Kopechny, for the score. Champion with the extra point, 35-6. The Warriors put it into the mercy rule mode with 9:36 to go in the game. 7 plays, 52 yards. This time it was Thurston Johnson in from 2 yards out. Big play, a 41-yard completion to Luke Kopechny from Anthony DeLuca. So 42-6, clock began to run. Berwick put 2 scores on the board, though. Subs against subs. First came Alex Estrella lined up as a wide receiver to the right, came in motion, took the pitch from Billy Hansen, showed his great speed, 59 yards down the far sideline for the score. Run attempt failed for the extra point, 42-12 the score there, 7:38 to go. And then Berwick put together a 7-play, 74-yard scoring drive. Ashton Smith finished it off with a 4-yard keeper. His 26-yard pass to Brent Eisenhower, the big play of the drive. Smith then ran for the 2-point conversion. That came with exactly 1 minute to go in the game, making our final score Wyoming area 42 and Berwick 20. We'll check other scores with Ashlyn Walshaw, stats with Andy Lickney when we return. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Experience the difference at Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships. For over 40 years, Blaze Alexander has been Central PA's top choice for unbeatable prices. With 20 locations and 11 brands, we have what you want at a price you deserve. Over 4,000 new and pre-owned vehicles available. Why go anywhere else? Stop and shop or check us out online at blazealexander.com. Sales, service, parts, collision.
Hey, hometown fans. You know Journey Bank as your trusted local bank. But did you know we're also the biggest cheerleader for our community's youth? From athletes competing under the Friday night lights, to students excelling in the classroom, to talented teen stars singing center stage, we're investing in the future of our young people. At Journey Bank, we're committed to helping our kids score big in every aspect of life. Journey Bank, where dreams are nurtured and futures are built. Journey Bank, proud supporter of our local youth.
When you've been sidelined by an injury, all you want is to get back in the game. Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. We use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Are you on the market for a new set of wheels? Once you find it, whether it's a functional grocery getter or a midlife crisis hot rod, the tag and title experts at Berwick Notary in Berwick are open 6 days a week, so you can be rest assured you'll be on the road and legal in no time. Berwick Notary can transfer a title, register an ATV or any kind of vehicle, and they're the only notary in Columbia County that registers boats. Berwick Notary's been serving the Bulldog community for over 40 years, and they proudly support the Berwick Bulldogs. Check out their Facebook page and go Dogs!
This is Berwick football coach C.J. Curry. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
42-20 is the final here. Wyoming area over Berwick. For an update on other scores, let's go to Ashlyn Walshaw.
Thanks, Jim. Bloomsburg defeats Midwest 43-0. Montoursville beat Central Columbia 49-0. Crestwood and Pittston area are currently tied 14-14 in the third. Dallas leads over North Pocono 38-28 in the fourth. Danville leads over Southern Columbia 28-8 in the third. Tunkhannock leads over Hanover area 30-0 in the fourth. Mount Carmel leads over Hughesville 42-21 in the fourth. Lake Lehman beats Nanticoke 35-7. Lewisburg leads over Loyalsock 21-7 in the fourth. Mid-Valley leads over West Scranton 35-6 in the third. Mifflinburg leads over Milton 42-6 in the fourth. Marion Catholic and Minersville tied 14-14 in the fourth. Sayre leads over Northwest 15-12 in the third. Wallenpaupack Pack leads over Scranton Prep 42-13 in the fourth. Shamokin leads over Selinsgrove 23-13 in the fourth. Valley View leads over Scranton 26-21 in the fourth. Warrior Run leads over Penn's Mansfield 70-24 in the third. Jersey Shore beat Williamsport 52-13. Columbia Montorvo Tech, Jenkintown leads over Columbia Montorvo Tech 34-0. And there are no updates for the Wilkes-Barre area Hazleton game, or the Executive Education Academy and Wyoming Valley West games. Now back one more time with Jim and Andy.
Okay, thank you very much, Ashlyn. 42-20 is the final here. Wyoming area over Berwick. Stats in tonight's game, Andy Lickney.
Well, Wyoming area, 318 yards in total offense. Berwick, 264. A lot coming in the end with some big chunk plays as they did get them. Wyoming area just dominated on the ground. 37 rushes, 248 yards. Passing, perfect in the second half. All the passing was there. Called it 3 for 3 in the second half for 70 yards. Called it 3 of 5 overall on the game. 318 is the total. The 3 passes went to Luke Kopechny, and boy, he's a stud. 3 catches, 70 yards for him. He was averaging 20 yards a catch. That only grows with a 3 for 70 added to his totals. He was averaging 100-some yards a game as well. That'll come down just a little bit. Player of the game, though, was Lodge Kellum. What an impressive running back. Of the 248 yards rushing, he had 25 carries for 225 yards before they sat him down before the fourth quarter. Just an amazing running back. Power, speed, great blocking up front, reads things well. Type of attitude where he just won't be stopped. 225-yard game for a guy who was averaging 162 yards a game. He's only going to increase those numbers. Trustin Johnson, 6 carries for 18 yards. Michael Crane, the fullback, they let him carry twice toward the end for 3. The team took 3 kneel downs for -2. Anthony DeLuca, 1 carry for 4 yards from the quarterback spot. A total of 37 rushes, 248. 3 of 5 passing for 70 yards. Total of 318 on the game. Berwick put up 264 yards, 51 in the air, 213 on the ground. We'll look at the passing first. I have Billy Hansen as 5 of 10, but he did throw 2 interceptions and only 25 yards. Ashton Smith, 1 of 1 for 26 yards. 26-yarder went to Brett Eisenhower. Very nice precision passing there in the fourth quarter. Other receivers, Ty Wilkerson, 3 catches for 7 yards. Julian Howie, 1 catch of 11. And Shiloh Escobar caught a 7-yarder in there as well. Berwick, 6 of 11 passing, 2 interceptions, 51 yards in the air net. 213 yards on the ground on 27 rushes. Ty Wilkerson was dominating in the first half. But then the Wyoming area kind of game planned him defensively and put the stop to him. 14 carries, 87 yards on the game. Brock Sims in the fourth quarter, 2 carries for 35. Alex Estrella with an electrifying 59-yard touchdown run. 3 different times I thought he was going to be stopped, but the speed just proved to be too much. Beautiful 59-yard run down the Berwick sideline. Everett Snyder, 3 carries for 4 yards. Ashton Smith had 2 carries for 4, plus a 2-point conversion. And Billy Hansen running the ball. I have him with 6 carries for 17 yards. In all, 213 on the ground for Berwick, 51 in the air, a total of 64. In no way matching the 318. And again, Wyoming area did it in a timely way, especially in the third quarter. They just proved to be too dominant with that I formation and that great running back in Lodge Kellum.
That's a good football team.
Oh, boy, they're good.
Big up front, paving the way for one of the best running backs, I would think, in the state. And then if you try to stop that, they go long to one of the best sophomore receivers you'll ever see. They have a lot going for them.
And they might have more variety in the passing game. It's just you don't choose to show it. And by the time you win the game on the ground, you're not going to be doing much passing in the third and fourth quarter. So when they really get into that tough competition, say toward the district semis and the finals, we'll see what the full team can do.
With the win, Wyoming area improves to 5-1 on the season. They will take on Hanover area next Friday night in a game that will be played at Nanticoke. For Berwick, they fall to 1.